All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait.
I don't wait.
It doesn't show that we're on here. Hang on. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good.
Alrighty, well, welcome to Straight Outta Austin. This is Prometheus.
This is Agamemnon.
And we're joined here by Uncle Staple, the founder of Staple Independent Media Expo.
Hello.
We're really excited to have you on here. I remember we had met at Wizard World, and we had a fun conversation. And I've been kind of following StapleCon for a while,
Great.
but this will be the first year that I've actually been able to attend.
Awesome.
Because I always have to work weekends. And we put in for it like months. We're like, we're getting Staple off this year. Like, I don't care what I have to do. I have to just call in sick. I'm going. So
yeah,
I'm
man.
really excited for it.
Cool, man. Well, I'm glad you'll finally make it out, and it'll be this year's our 10th annual.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Yeah, it's a big milestone. Big milestone.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been going on for so long. What would you say? Like, how has it changed since you first started it?
I think it's become like more diverse in terms of like content and programming, in terms of the kind of exhibitors that are there, and it's also just grown. I mean, we started with like 30 exhibitors or 35 exhibitors, and now there's over 150.
Oh wow!
So it went from like, I don't know, 24 tables or something at the Elks Lodge to now 83 8-foot tables over at the Marquesa. So yeah,
it's fantastic. I mean, it just really shows that there's that audience for that, because you have all these big conventions, and it's like there's a little section for comics, and everything else is like movies and TV. So
I get, like Wizard World calls their show here Austin Comic Con, but comics are the least part of what goes on there. So I take umbrage to that.
Yeah, it's like comics with an asterisk. It's like based off of comic characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's almost kind of like how San Diego is nowadays.
Oh,
where
yeah, San Diego
you talk to
is-
people that were
something,
there
yeah.
like years ago, and be like, yeah, it was like a comic convention. Now it's just like a place for TV shows to debut their new series or movies and stuff like that.
Right, like they need some help.
Yeah. So now it's just kind of become like a big like weekend for trailers and
Yeah.
sneak peeks,
Pretty much.
and more like media related rather than like comics.
Yeah, comics. So it's like if you find a comic there, it's by accident.
Yeah.
You tripped over it on your way to the bathroom
How'd that
or
get there?
something.
Just flew off the
Stuck
shelf.
to your shoe.
It's a Bazooka
Hey, that's
Joe
probably
comic.
good. Actually, that's not a bad way to probably distribute some comics that they're just like chew gum and stick it to it and throw them on the floor, and then people they'll be stuck to people's shoes as they.
That would be pretty nice. They get home. What is this? Oh, this is a really good read.
Exactly.
That's
That's when you're self-publishing and stuff. You got to think outside the box, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, you got to think outside the gum wrapper.
Speaking of that, when we last spoke, you said that you used to, or do you still self-publish comics?
I like to say that I do. Yeah. Well, I didn't actually manage to do one this year. Turns out organizing a comic book convention is a lot. Occupies a lot more of my time than actually producing a comic book did. So we didn't actually manage to get a new comic out this year. And the artist I work with, actually, he's over this past year kind of gone back to painting. He went to art school. He's a painter, and so he's gotten back into painting, and he's had a lot of good success with that. So he's actually going to be representing us at the show. Hello, newcomer,
and trickled in,
and he'll have the comics that we've produced so far, plus some of his prints and stuff that he's made. He'll have some framed G-clay prints and some cheap prints and some screen prints he's made of his paintings, which are all really cool. His name's David Lamplugh. That's Lamplughh. It's Welsh.
Oh, okay.
And
that explains it.
I was here trying to figure it out.
Like me, he's a pale red-haired fellow, and so he's been doing this series of paintings where he takes figures from old like Japanese Edo era, feudal era prints. There's a tradition of printmaking in Edo era Japan, to this day, and takes those kind of figures of a samurai or a geisha or something, and then puts an animal head on it.
Oh, nice.
They say so it's like a samurai tiger or
That's awesome.
a geisha Boston Terrier, this sort of thing. And he's actually what he's done a lot is people see it and it's very appealing, and so. They want their pets, so he does a lot of commissions to make my wiener dog a samurai or something like that. And that's been going well for him. So he'll have a lot of that stuff at the show at our table, our half a table.
It's fantastic. Has he done any of what the Staple Gator has ahead?
He has not. I should get him to do that, except I don't want to pay him.
He won't do it out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah, it's art. People are art is skilled labor, so
it's time consuming.
It's I don't want to but it is, and a lot of people like over the years, people have for a while there it was like people thought, hey, if I get my movie script made into a comic book, it'll help me sell my movie script. There was kind of a thing like that.
Yeah.
And, and as I know a lot of artists, people will come up to me and say, hey, you know any artists that would like to draw this comic book? I'm like, sure, but you have to pay them.
Yeah.
They're like, no. I'm gonna if I sell this movie script and then make this movie, then I'll pay them. It's like, can we swear here? Okay.
Yes.
Fuck you. Pay me. Yeah. You don't like go to a plumber. It's like, hey, I've got this house with broken plumbing that I need to sell. If you fix the plumbing and then I sell the house, I'll pay you. It's like, no, you don't do that.
Yeah, but you can't pay your rent on IOUs.
No, man.
I've tried.
No, man.
It doesn't work. They get really angry about that. But yeah, I was going to ask about, you have some guests. You have, I think his name is Chip Zdarsky. Yeah, Chip Zdarsky. He's the artist on Sex Criminals, which was written by Matt Fraction. And, that's right after we booked Chip that got named Time Magazine's #1 comic of 2013. Nice. So I was like, I'm glad we squeaked him in there.
Very cool.
Had him commit. But no, Chip's great. I've actually been a fan of his for a really long time. But since he used to do this web comic called Prison Funnies.
Oh, okay.
It was like 3-panel comic strip set in prison. So,
that was a fun place to have a
sort of,
setting.
really kid-friendly humor.
I can imagine.
Orange is the new black.
I want a shank for Christmas.
It's pretty good. And then he had a comic out called Monster Cops. It was 3 monsters who were cops.
Oh, nice.
It's like a Wolfman, a Dracula, and a Frankenstein that are cop buddies.
Oh, okay. Sounds like APD.
It's funny, yeah. A little bit.
Mainly when you're jaywalking.
Yeah.
No
and
refuse
plus he's a hilarious dude. So.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. I saw an interview that he did with Danny Danger from Weird Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to that, because I know he's doing a Q&A. So, yeah, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, that's part of the program. We usually get a couple of big comic book related guests in that our sponsors bring in, and then we have them do just like a Q&A session, and it will have a moderator there, a little kind of, and they'll just talk for an hour, and the audience can ask them some questions and stuff about whatever they want, I guess.
I know last year you had I think it was like a web TV panel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing something similar to that this year, or was that just?
Not specifically web TV this year. We had actually, no. We've done that a couple of years, but we always try to mix up the programming from year to year. We have had, I guess last year as well, we had a panel of podcasters, so a lot of local geek, specifically geek podcasters got up and talked about that stuff. Now this year we have a digital painting tutorial. So there's a guy, our local artist Jay Hausa.
Yeah, man, he's really awesome.
Yeah, he's got some really cool stuff. He's a really good artist. He's good. He did. I don't know if you've seen it. He did a sketch of me.
Oh yeah, with the staple gator thing?
Yeah, with a little staple gator imp on my shoulder, and so he's gonna do like an hour-long tutorial where he basically shows you how to go from pencils to a finished piece of digital art.
Oh, nice.
And all the tricks of the trade, which he's a very skilled person. He has those down. So, and then also another question and answer session with Francesco Francavilla, who's our other big.
No way, for real?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I think I had heard that, but I think I got that confused with I think he had made a commitment to either Portland or NO Comic Con for Wizard World.
I know. Yeah, we had booked him by Wizard World, so it might have been on the bookmarks I was handing out at Wizard World.
Okay, that's probably what it was.
And then he actually rendered our staple gator this year. We have, for those of you not familiar, we have a mascot for the show, which is a stapler-headed creature that's taken many incarnations. You get a different artist to do it every year, usually one of our guests. And Francesco was kind enough to draw this really awesome creepy staple gator that needs to see a dentist, and it's pretty awesome. So and then we put that on our promotional materials, and I did have that by Wizard World, so we're handing that stuff out. But we're pretty excited to get him. He has like some like retailers thing he has to do like the day before, so he's not actually getting it until Saturday afternoon. So
okay.
But then we'll have him all weekend after that, and we'll make good use of him.
Okay, cool, very cool.
Also heard from people that know him. I've never met him, but I know people, some other artists that have met him and say he's also just a card, just a hilarious dude.
Oh, really?
Just a jokester.
He's got some pretty funny Twitter rants every now and again.
Yeah.
I haven't been on Twitter as much as I feel I should lately, but he started following me out of nowhere, and I forget which comic he was drawing, but I had just been introduced to him like since October, and then I saw this dude following me, and I was like, that's a really cool sounding name. It kind of sounds like my uncle's name. His name's Francisco, so I was like, oh, Francesco.
Okay.
It just sounds more. It just sounds like an Italian version of a Spanish name.
Yeah. Well, he is actually originally from Italy. He is an Italian dude.
Oh, really?
He lives in the States now, but his art's awesome.
I love it.
It's great. Well, he's got two or three books he's working on already. He's got his creator-owned book on Dark Horse called The Black Beetle, which if you haven't read, you really need to go out and check that out. It's awesome, sort of vintage pulp,
nice.
Noir, like 1930s kind of superhero, sort of like The Shadow or something. This character called the Black Beetle, and that one, the art's gorgeous. And then what's really cool about it to me is the Black Beetle never reveals his secret identity, or in the first trade anyway. Never shows who he really is behind the man. And then he's also drawing Afterlife with Archie, which is a zombie book set in the Archie universe.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think Archie sounds a lot more interesting as a zombie.
Yeah.
I was curious about the staple gator. Like, who came up with that concept?
So that happened the first year or so, 2005. There was an artist named Chris Moreno. He's still alive. He's fine. I saw he came back and visited us a couple years ago. He looked good.
Still breathing.
Still kicking. And he had some comics he was working on. He was an artist on a comic at the kind of very indie comic called Dracula versus King Arthur. Nice. It's actually a really good book. And then he we got in touch and negotiated to get him a free table at the show, and in exchange he was going to give me a piece of artwork. Now I didn't know what this was going to be. I was like, okay, fine. And then he came through. His dad lived here at the time, so he came through town to visit, and he gave me this picture. It's like this little irascible dude, like holding some art supplies. Just nice little line drawing, and he's got a stapler for a head, and he's kind of like mischievous look in his eye. I was like, "That's fucking fantastic, man!" And so we actually, and then the name actually came. We had just held a contest.
Oh, okay.
Name this, and Staple Gator won.
It's very catchy,
Yeah, and then and since then, like Christian Donaldson has drawn it. Eric Powell has drawn it. Guy Davis, Stan Sakai. Just fucking like who's who of artists have rendered this thing, which is really satisfying for me. It's really
I can imagine.
I unleash this shit in the world.
You just have like a mural on your wall at home. And just,
I do actually. Well, I have the originals of a few of them. Actually, like Stan Sakai sent me the actual original inks that he did, and then I have the original that Chris did, and then every year we get a poster made, of course, and I've got 9 of those in a spot for a 10th marked out. So
has anybody ever cosplayed as the Staple Gator?
No one's cosplayed at that. So if anybody out there listening wants to cosplay Staple Gator, you'll get a prize. I don't know what it will be, but it'll be good. It'll be worth your while.
Be a stapler.
There was a girl that made some Staple Gator plushies one year.
Nice.
So it was cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And one of the guys on our team, Matt Hurst, our social media coordinator, referred to it as the open source mascot, because it's kind of encourage anybody who wants to take a whack at drawing it, and just put it out there, and then if they send it to us, we'll put it on the Tumblr and on the website and stuff like that. In fact, since the first show, I've been maintaining a sketchbook. That a lot of people have themed sketchbooks they take to conventions and get people to draw in, and I have a Staple Gator sketchbook.
Oh, nice!
That I've been collecting. I have one blank page in it that's going to be filled this year.
Awesome.
I have an idea of who's going to do it, but I don't know. Yeah.
Is it a secret or?
Not pretty. Well,
it's going to
until I'll think. You busy? Hey kid, get cray out here drawing this. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
That's really cool. Yeah, I wanted to ask about the indie game developers. I think you have a panel for them as well.
Yeah, we've done an indie game design panel last year, but it was like just all sort of tabletop games, This year is the first time we've actually featured digital games, computer games, and so we have the creative director of Stoic Studios, who created the Banner Saga, is going to be on the panel, and if you don't know what the Banner Saga is, then what is your problem?
I don't know.
Get your head out of your ass, because it's awesome. But it's awesome. It's a tactical RPG, kind of an old school style of gameplay, where there's role-playing elements and then tactical combat elements. There's sort of grid-based, like chess piece. You have these, and it's all about Vikings. So you have these Vikings, and they fight on this. It's sort of turn-based thing, and it's what's really unusual about the whole game is cell animated. It's like cell shaded, and it's just absolutely beautiful. They kind of patterned it after like Snow White or some old Disney movie, so it's just really gorgeous. And then it's 3 guys from Austin or used to work for BioWare. When it closed down, they were looking for something to do, and so they had this idea for a game, so they kickstarted it, and they're just trying to get $100,000 to make this game, and they wound up getting over $700,000.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, so because they had a great concept, and they had a track record in the gaming industry. People knew who these guys were, and that helps on Kickstarter.
Yeah, especially if they come from BioWare.
Yeah.
Like Mass Effect. Oh my god.
Yeah, they had worked on all that stuff, and Oh, you motherfuckers are gonna get me sick. You're all three y'all coughing in here.
No.
I've got a convention to run this weekend. I cannot be sick.
You won't make it out of this podcast.
I'll volunteer if I have to.
No, I'm actually, for me, it's allergies. But
Okay.
I can't speak for them, though.
I just have an itch in my throat.
And I'm allergic to him, so.
Fair enough. So they get all this money, and they were like, "Well, what are we could do with all this money?" So they want to. It took them longer to release because they wound up putting features back in that they had left out initially, and then they took 100,000 of their extra money. It's just nice to have an extra 100 grand,
$100K.
and they went to California and hired a composer and a live orchestra to do the soundtrack.
That's
so
awesome.
it looked great. It sounds great. Actually, my buddy downloaded it. It's a download only game, so it was like $25 off Steam or whatever. And my buddy downloaded it, and he's like, "You want to check it out?" I was like, "Sure." So I sat down, and I was like, after 10 minutes, I was like, "I have to stop right now. I have stuff I have to do. I can't be doing this. This game is good looking, and I will be sitting here all night. Are you cooking? Let's eat." So. So that's awesome. So Alex Thomas, who's the creative director on the game, he's going to be on the panel. And then we have just added a couple guys from Binary Solo. They're also local dudes. Okay. They do like mainly app development, but then they also do this kind of fun like roadshow thing. This web TV show where they have this van. They call it the it's just hard to say actually, the Indie Game Jam Van. And they drive around the country, and they'll drive to go visit another indie game developer, and while they're on their way there, they create a game in the style of that person they're going to hang out
awesome.
with.
Pretty cool.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's
pretty dope.
so they kind of bring together the whole indie game dev community, and so one or two of those guys, they haven't really told me this happened like this week, so they haven't worked all the deets out yet. Depends on how many microphones I can get.
Right. Like, where'd all the microphones go after this podcast?
And then they're going to be out there, and then Matt Uvari, who works for Part-Time Evil, is another local app developer. It's going to be there. Old friend of mine, Aaron De Orive, who he made a tabletop RPG called Shard, and he'll be on it. And Robert Garza with Terra Nova Games, and they made a tabletop card game, which they also kickstarted. So I think Kickstarter's been huge for a while, but it's really starting to influence the gaming industry and giving access to all these indie game developers to be able to make a product without going through some big company.
With a big name company that's going to put tons of restrictions on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I think 4 or 5 of the people that are on this panel have run successful Kickstarter. So
Very cool.
It's certainly going to be a topic that they're going to talk about. And that one's going to be Sunday afternoon. By the way, the Staple Independent Media Expo is March 1st and 2nd this weekend at the Marquesa Holland Theater in Middle Fiscal Road. It's over there between I-35 and Highland Mall and the Lincoln Village Shopping Center area over there. The game development panels on the Sunday afternoon of the show. It's the very last panel we're going to have, and it's scheduled it that way on purpose because I'm sure these guys are talkers and they'll probably go over. I didn't want them creeping into somebody else's panel.
Nice.
So we're going to let them babble on as long as they want to. So
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
it'll be tight. And then let's see. What have I not talked about?
Well, now that we got all that out of it, let's go ahead and start the interview.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing we forgot to hit record after all that.
Oh, shit.
There's the web comic panel as well.
Yeah, on Saturday, 1:30, we got a bunch of webcomics artists, 4 of them, precisely. They're doing a panel. A good theme we've had just sort of general webcomics panels before. We wanted to give this one a little more focus. They're going to be specifically talking about making and marketing webcomics. So it's going to be helping people who want to learn how to do a webcomic and how to, make money off it, I guess. Do it, and all these people do that. So it's Monica Gallagher, Baltimore, and she's got a really successful webcomic. Ken and James and Jeremy the artist are local guys who both do webcomics, and Jason Pollan's out of Houston. He does a fun webcomic called Robbie and Bobby. I almost put him on the all ages comics panel because his webcomic could be all ages, so it's suitable for children. I think.
I was going to say, until you saw it, you're like, good catch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could have been on either one of those, I think, but I had already filled the all ages panel by the time he actually emailed me back. Thanks, Jason.
I know that game.
But yeah, Sunday is going to have a lot of stuff that's good for kids. So like we do have the all ages panel. Got Rob Harrell on that, who has a book out on Top Shelf. I actually met him at Wizard World this year, so Wizard World's not completely useless. But he's a local guy, but he's been a cartoonist for a long time. But this is his first complete published graphic novel, and on Top Shelf, which is a very prestigious indie publishing company.
Yeah,
they've been coming out stable for a long time, and Rob's was already going to be there with them. I was like, dude, you've got this awesome book, which has quotes on the back from Jeff Smith and Neil Gaiman and Publishers Weekly, and it's been getting a lot of acclaim. It's called Monster on the Hill. Go check it out. It's it's a really fun. Always, unlike a lot of comics on the shelf these days, you could buy that, give it to your nephew. You don't have to worry about your sister getting mad at you for that sort of thing. It's a good story too. It's like kind of a pseudo Victorian England. Every little town has its own monster that rampages and destroys the town, but is also a tourist attraction. People want to come see the monster, right?
That's pretty awesome. The monster destroy our town.
Yeah, it's get exciting or whatever, and except there's this one town where their monster is all depressed, and he has a rampage, and he's not helping the local economy. So the quest is to cheer him up enough to trash some stuff.
Come on, destroy the town.
Come on, why don't you? I don't want it.
Wanting destruction. Come on.
I'm playing this new indie game. It's really awesome.
And then Paul Benjamin, an old buddy of mine and one of my gaming buddies actually is going to be on that panel, but he has a long and storied comics career. He used to be an editor at Humanoids, and he's also published stuff in the Marvel Adventures line.
Oh, nice.
But he's been a writer on Marvel Adventures, Hulk, and Spider-Man, and so he's incredible all ages artist. Andy Hirsch, who's out of Dallas, is the current artist on the Garfield comic and a contributor to the Adventure Time comic.
Oh, nice.
And then Jessie Jordan is a self-published artist out of Houston, kind of an up-and-coming girl, and she's got a couple books. One is all ages and one isn't. So to another person that could have been on either panel there. So
I know which book I'll be reading.
but yeah, the other thing that kids are gonna. This was a new thing, and I'm really excited about it. Megan Rosales is a girl I've known for a long time since I started Staple. She was publishing her little mini comics back then. She was the head of webcomic and was a cartoonist, and she went on. She became a teacher for a while, and she actually taught a class to kids and how to make comics. It was like a part of her thing that she did. Now she runs a very successful nail salon. So
that works. There's some crossover,
One thing she's told me is that actually learning how to draw those tiny little mini comics, because like when she does like arty nails where she sort of paints things on people's fingers, and she's like, drawing those tiny mini comics all those years kind of helped me get the skill to do that. So. But awesome. Anyway, what she's going to do, she's going to be set up in the lobby all day on Sunday with a bunch of crafts products, and calling it the Kids Comics Corner. And so kids can come up, and she'll show them how to make a comic book. how to make their own comic book and kind of guide them through the process. It's very casual, just sit down and make some stuff, and then they get to keep it, take it home.
Nice.
Very cool.
I'm going to have to borrow a kid, because I want to do
Borrow kid. Yeah.
You can borrow mine for the day.
Just put on a propeller hat.
Yeah, right. I want to learn how to make comics.
She'll teach us.
Yes. No, I'm super excited. I was already excited, but I'm that much more excited now.
Well, awesome. That's why I'm here. I bring the excitement.
I was actually like imagining. I was imagining like when you're saying, she draws the designs with the fingers. Like she could actually do like a panel, so someone could have like a little comic on their fingernails.
Well, that'd be
you could get a 10-panel comic, I guess.
Yeah.
Sort of. I couldn't read it.
Yeah, right. It's like it's the best comic ever, but no one will ever read it.
No one will read it. I don't know. She actually got during the whole. I don't want to get like political on your show, but during the whole like Wendy Davis thing, she was trying to raise money, so she did Wendy Davis fingernails at her salon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got like so much buzz that Rachel Maddow actually talked about it.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
That's awesome.
She was like, "This girl made Wendy Davis nails in Austin. That's cool." So that's my
awesome.
terrible Rachel Maddow impression. I haven't really worked on that one.
I don't think you need much further to go.
Yeah.
Just change up a couple
I
options.
like Maddow, but yeah, I really watch the news on TV. So.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It just bums me out. I have a rich fantasy life.
No, I can definitely relate. But I was gonna say, I was going back to the webcomic panel. Like, and it's really refreshing because it seems like there are so few comics geared towards kids nowadays. It's kind of like good for people that are our age, where it's like comics have grown up like with us, but with like the new generation of comic book readers, they don't really have that opportunity. I mean, there's some that are out there, as far as the mainstream.
That's not. You're right. There's not a lot being produced specifically for kids, or like not specifically for kids, but that it's even suitable for kids that you could get. That's just being produced that you could also give a kid. Like when I was a kid growing up, there was comics code, so they all had to be clean, unless you get like the dirty ones from the head shop or something like that. But hey, Mether. I don't want to remember that.
Gotta go to the room behind the beads and all that.
Yeah. Or like the whole Spectre controversy back in the day.
Yeah, all that stuff. And
Past the
there's some good books about that stuff. That jerk. Anyway, but now and I grew up. I was reading comics when I was 5-6 years old. Yeah. And there's not a lot of stuff you can give a kid. You have to really search. You have to dig to find stuff you can give a kid that young. Which is a shame because a few years ago at Staple, with this guy down, he'd made a documentary called the Comic Book Literacy Documentary. And you can still find, if you Google Comic Book Literacy Documentary, you can find it. You can probably buy a copy of it, or it's just worth watching. We actually it's the only time we ever screened a film there, and it was short. It's like 70 minutes, so it was short. And then we screened it, and then these guys did a panel. And James O'Barr was down here that year, and he was actually in that movie. He's one of the people they talked to in the film. He's the guy that made it out of Dallas, so he had access to a lot of the guys out there. But basically, it talks about how if you read comics when you're a kid, you're much more likely to be literate when you're an adult.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes.
And
I win.
Schools are opening up. Teachers like to have comics in the classroom. Librarians like to have them in the library because kids will actually read. If you give them a comic, they will actually read that. They won't read a wall of text.
Yeah.
If their literacy skills aren't there yet, but you give them a comic book, and then they can kind of gain those literacy skills. They can learn new words from the context of the pictures that's going on. It's colorful and it's interesting to them. So, read comics, kids.
Yeah. The moral of the story is give comics to kids.
Yeah. So I want to encourage that. And just literacy in general, I think, is the most important thing you can have.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Food and stuff's nice, but
you can't eat books.
As far as brain food goes.
You be able to read what you're eating.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, you want to know
Nutrition facts.
Nutrition fact. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know about this. You're gonna have an easier time getting food if you can read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Even if your skills just allow you to write "help me" on a sign.
You can actually read the sign that says "free food here." It's like, oh, there's food there.
Yeah.
I won't starve.
So,
All the illiterate people are like, I'm so hungry. If only there was a place with free food.
You know, because there's words everywhere.
How else will you know to stop
Surrounded
before a car
by 'em.
runs you over?
Words everywhere. And then, you know, me personally, I read constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a weird place right now because I don't have time to read a book right now.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm always at least reading a novel or something.
Yeah.
And, you know, a comic or novel. And, you know, if I couldn't do that, I'd go fucking nuts, man. I love it. So, yeah, there's a lot to be said.
Awesome.
In words.
Yeah, I think kind of backtracking a little.
But don't take my word.
Always trying to find like children geared comics. To me, I think there's a healthy enough amount. But my biggest issue, you know, raising a 3-year-old, is that, like, you know, my kid likes Ninja Turtles, he likes Teen Titans, and he gets those comics almost weekly. But they're not really enriching. There's no like real like great story, and a lot of them, the stories are pretty much self-contained within a couple of issues. But then you have something kind of like Mouse Guard, which I can read to him more like a story, but I can sit back and enjoy it as its own comic, you know. And that's kind of like what I'm craving. So if I can find,
Have you ever Bone?
no, I haven't.
Oh, you go. Oh, dude, that's classic.
Yeah.
Read Bone.
Because and the thing with Mouse Guard, is
Take out your mouth guard.
yeah. You know, it's kind of adult theme. You know, there's it kind of explores death to an extent, or you know, there is death. You know, like they kill a snake in the first couple of panels, but it's not like it shows blood, but it's not gory to the fact where it's gonna like freak my kid out.
Right.
And you know, and he's not asking questions that he can't grasp. You know, if he asks what's going on, I can explain to him, and he'll understand to a degree. Or if he doesn't, he'll just be like, keep reading.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and so it's like, if I can get that out of him, and he'll sit there with his hand on his chin, like,
awesome.
I know this is a book that he really likes. Because if he starts leaning away like he does with his Ninja Turtle stuff, and starts playing with Ninja Turtles instead of reading the comic, you know, it's like, okay, well, now it's not doing its job.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Plus, those are gorgeous books, man. The art in those is gorgeous. Yeah, I like that. And then, it gives you something to bond over with your kid, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
neat.
if I can find some stuff, like you mentioned, Bone, I get.
Bone's great. Yeah, I mean, I read. You know, I was adult when I read that, but I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah.
You can get kind of inexpensive, like sort of phone book editions of that book. I don't recommend those because I found the paper in those is too thin, so you can kind of see the image that's on the other back of the paper. Because it's like it is on like almost like phone book paper. That's why it's so cheap. But go out, but it's been printed and reprinted so many times you can find. I think there's some like nowadays. I think they have a more not a full size comic, but I don't know what you call that, sort of a digest size version of it,
kind of like the way manga comes in.
Yeah. And so I think that's a great book. I haven't read Smith's newer thing he's doing now, so I don't know. But there's stuff out there.
But we'll find stuff like that at Staples for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope so.
Good plug.
The only way to find out is to go and check it out.
Yeah, that's your best bet. You won't know if you don't go.
Right, exactly. So go get some tickets.
Well, there you go.
New slogan.
Yeah. But on that note, you can check Staple out at staple-austin.org. And it's going to be this weekend, which is March 1st and 2nd. So, the beginning of March, start your March off right, with StapleCon. Go there. Don't be like me and wait a long time to go.
Yeah, and if you're already here in town, Friday night before the show, we're having sort of a little casual meet and greet over in Austin Books. It's something we do every year since we started this, and it's a great tradition. It's real chill. The Brad over at the store puts out a keg or two, and it's just kind of a nice warm up for the weekend. Everybody gets to say hi, and then meet new people, reacquainted with old friends. And then Saturday night at Shangri-La, we're doing a live art show. But you've never been to a live art show. That's pretty awesome. All the comic book artists from the show come out, a lot of them, and we put up some easels, some plywood, and they draw pictures live. And then there's a DJ and a bar, and you're having a good time. And then you can buy those pictures, and all the proceeds from the sales of the art go to benefit Co-op Radio 91.7, your local community radio station.
Awesome. A couple of weeks ago, I actually discovered that I love punk music, and there's actually a guy who plays punk music, I think, every Monday. And I still don't know any names of it, but as I'm driving home, I'm like jamming. Like, this is really good stuff.
Awesome.
This is all stuff from like the 70s, 80s when like punk was pretty strong.
Cool.
I'm just like, where was I all this time? Yeah, I think the guy even mentioned Green Day and was just like, or even PBS Idea channel, Mike Rugnetto, where he's just kind of like, where he's trying to define punk. Is like, but when you mention Green Day, and he just kind of makes like a.
You see one teardrop from his face, like
because there was a whole argument about anime. Like, is a Korean developed show that's in an anime format still considered anime? Yes, but when you try to make the same argument for punk when people discuss Green Day, he's like, no.
It was a guest on Co-op yesterday. Actually, I went down.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
man, I must have just missed it.
It was 3:30 to 4:30. It was on Slappy Pinch Bottom's Odd Preoccupation.
Huh.
Which is in there. I
was like, what?
That's the great thing about public radio is that you can name it whatever you want as long as it's not like curse words.
Yeah, and his show's awesome, man. I think it might be unique in the United States as it kind of focuses on like what he calls it, like the performative spoken word. So it might be like poetry, literary readings, different kinds of performances. My improv troupe performed on there one time.
Oh, cool.
So just kind of variety of stuff. So yeah, everybody tune in to 91.7 on your FM dial. And
like your radio voice.
That's a good radio.
Yeah, yes, on there I announced, and I subsequently posted on Facebook. Literally yesterday morning, we confirmed that Shannon Wheeler, the creator of Too Much Coffee Man, will be at Staple.
Oh, that's right.
It turned out he was already going to be here that weekend. So I got in touch with him and was like, hey, the convention's this weekend. He's like, what? Like, you want to be in it? Yeah. It's okay. So, yeah.
Very cool.
We're actually having to rearrange the floor plan to fit him in. But he was our very first guest at the very first Staple.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
So it's kind of a big reunion. It's last time I've seen him here in Austin was in 2005. I had gone out to Portland for Stumptown, which is a very similar convention out there.
Okay.
Which is big. It's big now too because Portland and Pacific Northwest has a really thriving indie comic scene out there.
Yeah.
And Portland's a cool town. It's like Austin, but with shitty weather.
That's almost like all of Washington.
Not as good barbecue. You get some like fish, but maybe not barbecue. But a lot of beer, and yeah, Shannon was out there. Shannon was. I hope they fix this. Like that year, they had the after party at this guy's art studio, and there was no alcohol. And Shannon was the only person that brought alcohol, so he and I mooshed off him. But then again, it's Portland. You could barely throw a rock without hitting a neighborhood bar.
Okay.
So it was okay. We did okay.
Nice.
It's good to live in a town with lots of boozers.
Yeah. It sounds like he was probably the most popular guy at the party, right? When he walked in, hey! Let's be friends.
Yeah, like a 40 in a bag. So it was kind of like I was the cop. We're like in the we're classy dudes. Me and Too Much Coffee Man.
That's
we're
fantastic.
classy dudes.
Oh man.
I think it's at staple-austin.org or hyphen. I've been told that hyphen is correct. So
yeah, like I was saying, check them out on Saturday. It opens at 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. and then Sunday noon until 6 p.m. And it's at the Marchesa Hall and Theater.
Yeah. 6226 Middle Fiskville Road. We'll Google that, and then it'll get you right to their door. Tickets are $10 for one day, $15 for both days. Cheaper than Wizard World. And kids 12 and under get in free. We're also going to do a student discount. Present on Saturday only. Present a valid student ID. You can get the 2-day pass for the price of the 1-day pass. So
very cool.
Come on down, kids. You college kids need to read comics too. You're not literate enough.
Anything about it? What's more? What would you rather read? A textbook or a comic book?
Come on.
I mean, come on. It's like $15. Like you're paying $1,000 for tuition. You can't spare $15. Come on.
Not going to be able to
Call
eat
your
my
dad.
ramen noodles.
Yeah, right.
Who would you rather influence your young impressionable mind? Your college professor or a bunch of indie artists?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. So we were definitely appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Thanks, man.
It's been a lot of
Good to be
fun.
here.
And yeah, I'm so looking forward to Staple.
Hey.
Oh yeah, one more thing, I forgot the you're also going to do I think you're saying they're going to be doing screen printing the Staple T-shirts.
Right, yeah. So last year I got hooked up with these guys, local screen printing shop called Mind's Eye. ATX.
I have them on there.
Yeah.
I got the Bill fucking Murray shirt.
Nice. Yeah, they do a lot of really good work. They should be pulling me a couple of shirts right now. I'm gonna head by their shop right after this and see what's up. But because I'm gonna be on TV tomorrow, so I'm gonna wear the new shirt.
Excellent.
They have their rig is they can break it down and set it up, and so they're going to take it, and they did this last year, and they're going to set it up in the lobby, so you can watch them pull your shirt right in front of your eyes, print it right there, and so it'll be fresh, hot, literally hot off the press. Because have you ever seen anybody screen print? You put the ink down, and then you run it through this sort of conveyor belt heater thing that dries the ink out. So you get it, it's all toasty warm, like out of the dryer.
Nice.
Cue Homer Simpson.
So he was wearing it. It feels so warm.
Staple Gator, you're so warm.
Just curl up in a ball. I love you, Staple Gator.
Yeah, actually, I know they squeezed into Comic-Con on the last day last year. I was actually talking. I think her name is Jessica. Maybe
Vanessa. Maybe?
Vanessa. Okay, yeah.
Same thing.
It was a common name when I was growing up. I just went with Jessica. It was Vanessa. Yeah, and I forget the other guy's name, but I got both. Scott. I got both their cars, and we talked for a little bit, and then they had an art show the following week.
Yeah, they do little art parties in their shop that are on a pretty regular schedule. I'm not sure that they're probably going to be pretty tied up through South by because I think they're out doing a lot of promotion and ripping a lot of shirts for South by people.
Right.
But they're got a lot on the ball. I've gone through a number of screen printers in Austin since I've been making T-shirts for the last 10 years. And I've had some bad experiences, but so far it's been happy days with Mind's Eye.
Yeah, I can vouch for them. They have really nice quality shirts. That Bill Murray shirt is so comfortable. I don't even want to wear it a whole lot because I don't want to wear it down. But when I do wear it, it's like wearing silk. Nice. No, but they got a nice.
Is it a Toltex?
Toltex.
I mean, I know brands of shirts now. So.
Yeah, but they got a nice tight little operation off of South Lamar, I believe. Mm-hmm. I think right there where Mary Street starts.
Right behind Custom Sounds.
Yeah, Custom Sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got a nice little operation over there. If anybody ever gets to check them out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Check them out online. MINDZAI. Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
In other words, good luck.
So go to the Staple Facebook page.
We have a link. There you go. The link will be there on Staple, so that's the easy way.
Right after you get your tickets.
Yeah, we don't see you there. We're going to track you down.
That's right, man.
And hit you with my Mind's Eye.
Oh.
Wow. It's freaking me out, dude.
Hypnotoad.
All right, but well, thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Cool,
and,
thank you.
And we'll see you this weekend.
Woohoo.
And once again, go to staple-austin.org and check out StapleCon Saturday and Sunday.
Do it.
And you guys got a Twitter or Facebook?
Yeah, we have a Twitter. Our Twitter is Staple.
Okay.
We kind of like it.
Yeah, that's right. Just at Staple. That's
we're
right.
really kind of excited we got that. And the Facebook is Staple Austin. We have Tumblr. It's Staplegator is the Tumblr, in which we post a lot of the sketches from my sketchbook and other Staplegators and art and different things that exhibitors and past have sent us, and feature different things like that. And we always try to, like, anybody who's going to be at their show. The purpose of the show is for these guys who are independent creators to connect with their audience,
right?
A potential audience. So we like, it's to promote them. So yeah, that's what we try to do through all our social media and all our web stuff is kind of get the word about, hey, check out this guy's stuff. It's going to be at the show, and that'll induce you to come buy a ticket. But it also lets you see a little preview of what you'll see there. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of people out there. You don't have to work for Marvel or DC to make a good comic book or be a good artist or make some good craft. You can just do it yourself. You don't have to work, but you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. With that.
Staple.
Staple.
You guys have a sign off that you do or anything like?
We do, but kinda. Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna.
Staple will suffice for now.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah. Long live the Staplegator. But for those who are listening live, we're gonna sign off for right now. We will be back with the rest of the show, but stay tuned for the time being.
In the meantime, enjoy previous guests that we had last year, O Conqueror. Their song's called Memo 114 from their studio album, King Me.
No, it's like really mellow rock. It's really good though.
Just a fool waiting round for this to end, rummaging for fortunes greater than gold has left me here broken and so cold. Time will heal all our wounds. The trouble is time won't come very soon. That's why time is never time enough. Or the longer the blade, the deeper the cut. I'll keep pining for you. I'll keep pining for you. drove by the wooden fences, caught a glimmer in your eye. You put up your defenses. Your innocence is hard to hide. Am I talking too much? Am I who you want to see? When I'm around you, I get nervous. I'm everything but a mystery. I want you there by my deathbed, without a need to say a thing, because I already know it. I just want you next to me. Tell me all of your secrets. They'll be my secrets too. Everyone will be jealous. They'll want to live like we do. I want you there by my deathbed, without a need to say a thing, because I already know it. I just want you next to me. I just want you next to me. I want you there by my deathbed, without a need to say a thing, because I already know it. I just want you next to me. I want you there by my deathbed, without a need to say a thing.
All right, let me know when the mics are on again.
The mics are back on.
Okay.
Mics are hot.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we just had a little intermission as we said bye to Uncle Staple, whose name is actually Chris, which I didn't mention prior to this. But yeah.
Because we're terrible interviewers.
We were the best. But yeah, no, he was a fantastic guy, so, we just wanted to give him the rest of your time to say goodbye. But we did not want to neglect you, those of you in the chat, Kelly Nova and Luis, we love that you're here listening. Seems to call us booty juice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Rich is in the house, I believe, still.
Oh, is he? Oh, nice.
I see a fifth man, but he had left a message.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The fifth man?
that was the sixth man.
What about the 11th man? Or 13th man?
About the
or
25th
however
hour.
it goes in.
Scooby-Doo.
Wait. I think. Oh no.
Am I off?
What happened?
He was on mic number 4.
Oh. So
Oh.
what does that mean?
Yeah, what is that?
Because I turned up mic number 3.
Oh, okay.
Listen, shut up. You shut up. All right. Kelly Nova has a very important question for me,
Yes.
and I feel like I must address this. So
Go for it.
Well, Kelly Nova of the Weird Dash Girls asks, why are you so upset about Steven Seagal?
What's the deal with Steve Seagal?
I'll tell you why I hate Steven Seagal. Because he is a misogynistic karate hack. I love karate. I love martial arts. I love MMA. I love Bruce Lee. I love my Jackie Chans. I love my Tony Jaa. I now love my Donnie Yens because I'm not that stupid anymore.
Thankfully.
Thankfully, yeah. I had a Donnie Yen stint where I was like, he's not that good. And then I saw Ip Man. I was like, oh my God, I want to marry that man in China. So,
In China?
in China.
Oh.
China.
Sounds like that bird.
But Steven Seagal, like, I go back and watch his movies, and he's got this, like, really, like, weird run where it's like he's trying to stroke water away from him at the hips.
He's swimming through the air.
There's actually a really, like, there's a really weird running montage of him on YouTube, and I'll put in the links here in a little bit. It's just odd, and then just his acting is horrible. And he's got that weird, like, raspy thing. He doesn't do his own stunts, which is just very uncool.
Hey, Jay. Why are you talking about my stunts?
He always sounds like he's had too much, like, hot sauce.
This is burning him from the inside out.
This is really hot.
Kelly Nova demands links!
Links. I'll put a link, but then I get distracted like I am right now. And then I don't concentrate, and then everyone else just can't pick up the ball after me.
Oh, yeah.
But I hate
that
Steve.
totally
I just
happens.
hate him. He's not good. He's a terrible actor.
Louis said he has to save his body for helping the real police.
This is true.
Kelly Nova says, so you named everything everyone knows, so you were just mad about it, laughing her ass off.
He is a real police officer. You should give him
He's
his props.
honorary. He didn't go through no school.
But he arrested
He didn't
a
go
guy.
to school.
Hey, he takes down jaywalkers, all right. Puts them in handcuffs on the sidewalk. He keeps us safe from those that would endanger themselves.
No.
Does he not deserve a third of a prop?
He deserves to get stabbed in the neck with the freaking katana. That's what he deserves.
I don't know. I think that's more than he deserves, actually. Katana, that's honor right there.
No, not an
It is.
honorable head chop. No, just stabbed.
But I think he
Just
deserves...
a nice swift stab.
he
And then
deserves
let him
more-
die. Let him die in his own oxygen.
Well,
Lack of
I
oxygen.
think he
Just
deser-
gurgle the blood through the sides of
Japanese
his
ritual
jugulars.
suicide.
No, that's harakiri, and that's with the small short blade. It's like an 8-inch short blade.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, he already did that, and spoilers.
It's more like a
Machete.
6-inch. You know what I mean?
Oh. You know, I was trying not to go there. But anyway, I was saying more
I had
like
Mr. Bean in my head, so I'm sorry.
I was going to say more like a rusty spork would be more fitting for him.
A rusty spork.
Yeah.
It can't be rusty. That's made of plastic.
No, it's a metal one. Made out of
I've
iron.
never seen a metal spork.
Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I think that's exactly what it means.
No, you're not that cultured.
Ugh.
SNL says he was the worst host in their history. That he's not funny and was boring when he hosted. And he also got choked out on set and pooped his pants. He denies it.
Yeah, he got choked out by Mean Gene LaBelle, one of the best judo.
Thank you, Kelly.
Sports
Metal
artist.
sports exist.
Show
Thank
me.
you. Thank
Show
you.
me.
Links.
Hey, Kelly Nova knows her
Yeah,
shit, all
yeah.
right?
Links, brother. She also made a really good thing today that I should have done. I regret not doing when Kelly Nova came on because I felt like I really missed out on a lot.
Oh, look at that. She dropped the mic on
Hang
you.
on.
Did you
Hang
break
on.
your toe?
So unprofessional.
'Cause that
I have
hit.
to highlight and then open.
Look
the
at
link.
that. $7 online.
I have to press
$9
Control,
nearby.
click.
Hold on. Part spoon, part fork.
What?
The Snow Peak Titanium Spork is the only eating utensil that you need on the trail. Made of ultralight, premium grade titanium. You could eat space
Titanium?
with that. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
only $9.
Yeah, $9 for titanium? Come on.
Call me back when it's made of californium, okay?
I wouldn't mind out of vibranium.
How have terrorists not used this technology for their
They
terrorist
don't
ways
know
yet?
because they
Let's
think
not
like
give them
Agamemnon
ideas.
that they're only made out of plastic. But once they find these titanium sporks, burn. Just to be clear, titanium is a metal heart. Yeah, I was actually thinking adamantium as well, Luis. Thanks for pointing that out.
Adamantium.
I know titanium's
Is
metal.
that what they put in Wolverine's
Because
body?
that's all I
What would
need
make you-
are these. And he pops the claws and they're sporks, and he just starts just spooning food in his mouth.
What would make you think I don't know that titanium's a metal.
Well, you didn't know that sporks were metal, so why would you know that titanium's metal?
That's logic.
You shut up! You shut up with your sense making, mister. I
Anyway.
don't like your stuff.
Since we're, I don't know if you have more to say about Seagal.
Oh, burn! I'll burn Steven Seagal. That's what I got to say.
With the heat from that titanium spork.
No, because that would imply crack burning, crack
would be-
smoking. I mean,
Heroin.
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 You smoke crack or smoke heroin with a spoon.
Just snipped.
Just get out of here, man.
All right, we're going to our first topic here. The topic everyone's talking about. No, not Michael B. Jordan. Guardians of the Galaxy. The trailer has been released, and people seem to be responding positively. I can't even talk. Positively towards it. But yeah, I for one, I've never read a single Guardians of the Galaxy, and for the longest time, Rocket Raccoon was just really obnoxious of a character to me in Marvel vs. Capcom. But that trailer, like, I've gotten gradually like more and more hype as this as they've been promoting it. I'm like at a fever pitch now. Like, I don't need to see any more. Like, no more teasers, no more trailers. You got me. I'm sold. I'm gonna see it. I think it's gonna be a sleeper hit. And everyone seems really worried. They're like, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, they're not very popular. We hope it's not going to be another Scott Pilgrim where it's a great movie and no one sees it. This is my whole thing.
My whole thing is that Scott Pilgrim was not a great movie.
Well, yeah, but the consensus...
people were right not to see it.
I don't know.
Why am I the only one that likes anything in this room?
No, I like Scott Pilgrim as well. This is just Agamemnon that just hates everything. Because Michael Cera reminds him too much of Jesse
Jason
Eisenberg.
Schwartzman is overrated. Michael Cera probably gave the flattest performance of his career.
Anyway, back to my point.
What career?
Well, first Luis
And
says
the girl that played Ramona was boring.
Hey, she had blue hair, right?
She was pretty.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry. I'm sorry. Dude,
yeah, it's possibly be pretty and entertaining. I mean, let's look at Kelly Nova.
Yeah, that's not the point. Okay, but anyway.
But then let's look at, Zooey Deschanel. If you ever seen New Girl, I forget the other chick's name, but Don't Trust to Be in Apartment 23.
Nope.
Hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Both beautiful women.
Dude, he punches people into coins.
This girl, not
This
so
is
funny.
true. And he gets extra lives.
Yeah.
With Zelda music.
I know.
He punches
Listen.
people into coins. He beat up Superman. I mean, granted, it was a Bryan Singer Superman, so that doesn't really count. But regardless, he's still... Anyway, back to Guardians of the Galaxy. Let me finish my point. Anyway, I think the thing about it that I think is ironic is that everyone's trying to point out that they're not very known characters. But at the same time, it's outside of people that actually read comic books. No one gives a crap or gave a crap about Iron Man or Thor or Captain America before the movies. And the movies made Iron Man huge, but he was always a B-list character. I mean, granted, the Guardians of the Galaxy are even more obscure, but I think that
no one cared who they were until they put the mask.
yeah, exactly. No one cared who I was, so I started hanging out with a raccoon. So I don't know. I have high hopes for it. I think it's going to surprise people.
You've got high hopes.
I do.
You've got high in the pie.
Luis says as long as Rocket doesn't say Blam murdered you, it'll be a good movie.
I think that's exactly what he's going to like. He's going to Blam murdered you.
Well, that's the thing. He's not going to have that accent, that British Australian accent.
Like he did in Marvel. Cooper. I mean, I don't know. Like, the Marvel accent was really fun.
It was. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah. Log trap.
Be like,
Spam log trap all day long.
Hey, Star-Lord. We got to get out of here. Give me my guns.
Give me my guns.
Kelly says she felt that Ramona's character was boring. It's not fair to blame the actress. I mean, it wasn't Kristen Stewart or anything.
It wasn't, but it just, I don't know. The whole movie was really lame. And then he dies and then Scott dies at the end. Just to finish this up, Scott dies at the end. He should have stayed dead.
It's a video game.
Instead, it's like
you die in video games all the time. You come back.
Well, it should have been boop boop. Boop, boo, doo, 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 doo.
Well, that was in the original cut, but then they got sued by Nintendo because they were streaming content on YouTube.
I'm just saying that. I'm sure it's not hard to make your own end game music.
Well, don't dump on the movie because Edgar Wright directed that and he did a marvelous job with it.
I like Edgar Wright. I think there was just.
I think he wanted more Simon Pegg in the movie.
I think. Well, yeah. You can never go wrong with too much Simon Pegg. But I think it was just engulfed too much in, like, Easter eggs and little nuances like that, where it's like, there's just too many. For me, well, this is just me. For me, it was just like there was too many like nods to video games as opposed to the actual story, and the story just seemed really bland.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but he punched people into coins.
That's my point, though.
What do you not want to live in that world?
You actually
where you start scrapping.
You make sense. I will give this one to you. You make sense.
It's a cool thing, but it's like they focus too much.
But the whole plot was this. I mean, it was a very straightforward plot. It's like, hey, you want this girl?
But it was really
you got to fight a bunch of dudes and a chick, and then you're gonna get her, and you're gonna die, and you're gonna come back.
Oh.
And you punch people in the coins in the interim. And I don't see what more you need from a movie.
Okay, that's got a really straightforward plot.
It was the kid version of The Matrix.
Yes, Neo. You need to insert one coin to continue.
You're the one, Scott.
Only you can free us. Scott, you need to free your mind. I just want to play in my band, bro. No, Scott.
It's more like,
I just want
to play in my band.
Just can you guys
please leave me alone? Just kind of want to sit here and sulk about Ramona all day. Just, I don't understand. We can't just leave me alone.
I didn't realize Jesse Eisenberg was in that movie.
Oh, God. Leave me alone.
Anyway, so to Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. Kelly Nova said she never read the Guardians, but she's so excited about this movie. We said what Fuzzy said. And we said he must bring back his edition from last week, which he digitally shuns Jay. He's just been digitally
shuns Jay.
Yeah,
man, I always
like that.
Luis, man. That guy he's a cool guy. He's a cool cat. And
Luis is cool.
Jay is one cold, spicy piece of chicken.
It's cold piece of spicy chicken.
Okay, cold piece of spicy
Nah, you're
chicken.
the whole chicken.
I'm going to do my best Kelly Nova impression that I can. He didn't love himself and had to gain his self-respect in order to learn. That was terrible.
But isn't that true, though? Isn't that a lesson we can all learn right after we punch somebody into coins?
Only if it's bitcoins, because there's actually worth in that. Because if you can just pick those up,
they could be gold coins.
A
gold coin, you know, an ounce of gold is like over $1,000. You imagine you punch somebody into like 20 of those. Come on.
I think if you were to punch somebody into coins, you can only punch them into as much as they're worth. Which means Bill Gates would have a hefty price on his head.
Well, that's an even better world.
If you had like the whole screen would be filled with coins everywhere. It'd be like every time he walks and hits a spike, it'd be like Sonic, where he loses every ring. He's like,
he jumps up with a shrugged shoulders.
Yeah.
Every time window scratches, coins shoot out.
He starts scrounging for money so he doesn't die the next time he gets hit. And everyone's just trying to punch him. He's like, please.
You know, it would be like a suicide mission because you would have to sacrifice yourself because you would drown in all those coins. So you need like a buddy to come and like not only dig up your corpse and give you a 1-up, but also to unbury you from your huge fortune.
It wouldn't be a 1-up. It'd be a scroll of resurrection.
Can I get town portal? Can I get a town portal scroll to take it back home? Fuzzy Slippers is very excited about his Powerade.
What's in that Powerade?
Power.
Coins.
You remind me of that Emmett Smith Powerade commercial. He's like, grab Powerade. You don't remember that?
No.
He's like working out. It was like in the twilight of his years. And, like Powerade was like a big thing. It's like at that time it was like labeled as like the Gatorade killer. Now it's just another fucking sports drink.
Now it's like, oh, you're out of Gatorade. I guess I'll get a Powerade.
Yeah,
they're like the RC Cola of energy drinks.
He's sitting there working out and like doing all the what the workouts that running backs do, I guess. And he's just sitting there sweating, but not Gatorade sweat. It's just plain sweat because Powerade's a weak substitute. Gerard.
Yeah,
I mean Fuzzy.
Actually, that gives me an idea. Because so if we're in this world where you get punched in the coin, you should sweat coins as well. So it's like a Gatorade commercial, and you just but they're only like pennies, so just pennies are coming out.
Yeah, but you ever heard like change fall on the ground?
Yeah,
that gets annoying after a while.
I love that sound. That's the sound. That's the sound of money. That's Wolf of Wall Street level. That's like,
you know how many
Quaaludes you can get?
Hey,
you know how many Quaaludes?
It's the sound of money right there. It's the sound I love hearing. It just it makes my balls hot.
Basically, mine too. But basically, that's the sound you're gonna hear when Guardians of the Galaxy debuts in theaters because people are gonna love it.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna have plush dolls of Rocket Raccoon. Everyone's gonna be every woman's gonna paint themselves green, going as Gamora. All the dudes are gonna be hitting the gym, trying to look like Drax, Destroyer, and that other guy, Star-Lord.
Drax, Star-Lord.
Some people might dress up as him, I guess.
I am Groot.
And everyone's going to be going to Home Depot to buy trees.
Everyone is going to become like an environmentalist and start planting trees. Groot! Start talking. Why won't you talk? They're all going to get like defrauded. It's like, oh yeah, I got the Groot tree right here, man. Meet me around back in this alley. Only 2 coins, and you can get your own Groot. It takes about a year. By that time, we'll be out of the country with millions of dollars, but we won't know by then. I probably shouldn't have said that part out loud. But I'll be in the Caymans, bitch. So I'm excited.
It's
going to be a good flick.
Too.
I'm excited for all the people dressing up as Gamora.
You would
Well, I am excited, and I'm not, because, it'll be hot for one thing, but then they'll all be deadly killer people. So you have to take a picture. They'll probably put like a knife to your back while you're taking pictures. Like, no ass grabbing. It's
but
like, I'm not that kind of guy. You got the wrong guy, please.
I'm not supposed to be stabbed there. Yeah. On the upside, though, you could hire them.
Candy.
you could hire them since they're assassins, so they work for coins to punch people to get more coins.
This is true.
Nice.
And it's a whole lot better having a knife in your back by some hot assassin than it is being bit in the neck by some Twilight tween.
That is true. That's very true. It stings.
There were kids going to the hospital because of that.
That really happened?
Lots of times.
Oh, wow. I thought those were just hickeys.
When they were at their peak, the little boyfriend, girlfriend, middle school thing, they go see it with their parents. Or little
so they didn't just give each other hickeys.
They, ripped out their jugular.
They put in fake teeth and would start biting each other's necks, and then they had to go to the emergency room.
Wow.
Real talk, son.
I love how with Uncle Stable we were talking about literacy with kids. Can we also get common sense with kids too? Can we make a comic book where it's like, I know you love Twilight and you love your significant other, but do not bite them on the neck with fake vampire teeth. Repeat, don't bite them on the neck. They're like, I only heard the part about bite them on the neck. So
it's like that episode of Home Movies.
Yeah.
Don't put marbles in your nose, put them in there.
Don't put marbles in your nose. All the kids. It's like, it's supposed to be a PSA to make kids not put marbles in their nose, and all the kids are putting marbles in their nose.
Yeah, they're hearing the song and putting marbles in their nose.
It was like someone posted something on Facebook where they're ideas that weren't really thought out too well, and it's like a pencil for anti-drugs, and it's too cool for drugs. But it's as you sharpen it...
Too cool to do drugs.
Yeah, too cool to do drugs. So as you sharpen it, it's you get rid of the too cool, so then it's just do drugs. Drugs are cool, Then it says drugs as a little nub. So they could probably market that to the Twilight kids, because that seems right up their alley.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I just think it would be funny. It's if you were in school... when the fad was going on, and you just see all the kids coming in with like the bandages on their neck with all the gauze, and it's like, yeah, you went to see Twilight, didn't you? No, like no one could hide it. Like if like it was like a guy that was really into it, he didn't want to like admit it to his friends. It's like, you went to see Twilight. How do you know? It's like all the bite marks all over your neck.
Like, but I don't see any bite marks on your neck.
Yeah,
must not be getting any.
He's just like, no, my girlfriend's into zombies, so I'm kind of just gonna die soon. So with that uplifting note,
Luis said, "No, Captain Dildo, not today, not today."
I don't even know what that's referencing.
I don't even think Anonymous is here.
Well, he's anonymous, so obviously you never know where he's at. He's always here in spirit, though. He's always in my heart. Anonymous, one up to you, homie.
I know where Rich went.
So I'm gonna go listen to a better show. But
yeah, probably better off anyway.
But anyway, but yeah. So there's rumors now that apparently, well, we had kind of mentioned this on the last podcast, but I guess they're trying to make it more of a thing. But you know, Black Widow supposedly is gonna get a solo film, which to me, like for one, seemed kind of like the obvious choice. Like it's like. To me, it's like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like, of course she's getting her own movie.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But just like, to me, it's just like, all right. I was kind of, you know, Black Widow from the comics, awesome, especially Ultimate Black Widow. But for me, in the movies, it's like, the second she did a Hurricane Rana on a dude in Iron Man 2,
yeah,
I'm just like, all right, I can sit and watch this.
I was like jumping in my soul!
Yeah,
oh my god!
It's like you're sitting there and you're like, that was cool.
It's like Reyna Mysterio Jr.
Hurricane Rana off the top rope, 1, 2, 3, out for the count.
And look at her pictures.
They should have had her doing the Hurricane Rana while saying Soy el Rey del Mundo. Which means I'm the king of the world.
What if you were in Moscow,
or I guess Reyna
you'd already be dead.
Instance, but
I don't know.
All right.
I know.
Queen.
I don't care.
In Spanish. That's Spanish.
Why would you be speaking Spanish if she's Russian? Or is that part of her cover?
Because it's random and it
so
sounds cool. And I don't know how to say I'm the king of the world in Russian.
Oh, Kelly Nova brought up a very good point. She says, okay, why is Black Widow not Russian in the movies? Am I the only one that's kind of upset about that? And
I think
she's kind of Russian, right?
I mean, I was watching Avengers yesterday, and you know, her last name's Russian, so...
I thought she was supposed to be Russian without actually having the
Natasha
accent, where she's like so undercover, she's like, I don't even need an accent.
Yeah.
Because I could have sworn it was something like that, like kind of vaguely explained, just like, I'm Russian, but deep cover, and, well, we tried the screen test with a Russian accent, it didn't work, and she's going to use a regular voice.
And hers of
she moved to Manhattan when she was 5.
Mila Jovovich was not available to play Black Widow, so...
She was born in Russia. She just moved to Manhattan when she was 5.
Well, you see, if you look at what's going on in the Ukraine, they unfortunately couldn't send her there to do her voice acting training, and that's what we got. We don't want her to be killed in a riot.
Exactly.
With Vitaly Klitschko boxing all the
the whole thing,
the anti-protesters.
Yeah, Vitaly Klitschko, man, who'd have thought?
Hey, you got to use those boxer's mitts for something. Louise says she is Russian, just doesn't speak with an accent. And Kelly Nova says squinty eyes. Kelly Nova sounds like she was ready to rumble. Like she's gonna have a talking to with Mr. Whedon, and I don't think he's gonna like it. He's gonna be missing a few teeth.
Yeah. For some reason, reading that squinty eyes, I picture that dog.
And what?
There's what episode
There's
is
a
that?
lot of dogs.
No. There's an episode of The Simpsons. Where
okay. I didn't.
The squinty dog is like looking back and forth,
yeah.
like he knows something.
Yeah.
And the episode ends on that.
I think that's how every episode could end. Like I think like if we had video, we should just end with like the squinty dog. Oh man, but I don't know. I'm excited. Black Widow's a fun character, and I think like she really became like. I mean, she was cool, like I said in Iron Man 2, but she really became like more of a fleshed out character in Avengers, where she completely like trolls Loki. It's like you're thinking like, oh, he's got the better of her, and they're like, oh no, he did it, and now he's really burned.
The monster.
So I don't know. So Black Widow, good for you, Marvel. Marvel's just making the right moves. Like, I don't know, DC, get on the ball, yo.
They got the right stuff.
So what, is that going to be? Is that going to be the Phase 3 movie?
Yeah. Well, what phase are we on now?
2.
Phase 2. Then probably Phase 3. Because speaking of Phase 3, because they're talking about Doctor Strange, the long rumored Doctor Strange the master of the mystic arts, the guy with the biggest cape you've ever seen and yellow gloves. And obviously I'm looking at his picture now. So apparently they have some directors that are in the running. And supposedly these rumors are to further solidify that we're actually going to get a Doctor Strange movie. Because at first it was pretty much like guaranteed. They're like, yeah, we're definitely doing it. And it was around when everyone's like, we want a Black Panther movie. Like, out of nowhere. Like, literally had never seen so much support for Black Panther as a character, let alone to be in a movie. And out of nowhere, the internet just demanded, like, we want Black Panther. And Marvel's like, we're going to give you Black Panther. And then they're like, you know what? We're going to give you Doctor Strange. And everyone's like, oh, come on.
Well, yeah, they were talking about both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
And I remember reading an interview with Kevin Feige.
Oh, yeah.
Feige.
Kevin Fergalicious. Phage in a cage.
He was saying that he really, 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 really wanted to see a Doctor Strange movie.
However,
and a Black Panther to follow.
Yeah, he's like, and that other asshole.
It'll be interesting to see who they try to get to play Doctor Strange. I feel like for some reason I want to see Liam Neeson don that cape.
Dude, that would be awesome. Give me back my globe or whatever magic thingy. I don't know. I ruined that, but oh wait, he does have a daughter. That would have been perfect. Oh man,
Taken 3.
Yeah. Why do people keep taking my? Yeah, it's like they kidnap his wife and his daughter again, and maybe like a cousin or like a niece or something. Or no, he has another daughter, like a newborn baby. They kidnap her, and so he's like, and these terrorists are like too tough for him to fight because they're like super powered. So he's got to go to the mystic arts and become Doctor Strange. And then it's like, not only is he whooping him with like Krav Maga, he's like casting spells on him and shit.
Yeah, he gets that call from freaking Nick Fury.
Yeah, I'm putting together a super team, and you're at the top of my list. And it's just like, he's just looking at him like, go get your daughter. Yeah, he's like, can I borrow one of those helicarriers? I gotta go get my daughter back.
His daughter is like guarded by wolves.
Yeah.
On a plane.
Luis had mentioned, I think Mads Mikkelsen is, I think, who they're talking about casting. He's the guy, I think if that's who it is.
That sounds like a 1930s anti-prohibition mobster.
Yeah, say,
I'm Mads Mikkelsen. See, I got a crate of vodka and lots of alcohol coming in from the China business.
Yeah, see, we're bootlegging just like the Kennedys, see, all the way to the top. Till we get hit in the head with a bullet.
All the way to the top.
Yeah, Cuba.
Yeah, that guy, he's in the Hannibal show.
Okay, and I want to say he's the same guy that's, he was the guy in Casino Royale that was like crying blood. He's like dabbing little blood.
Is he the one that gets shot in the balls?
Oh.
Bows.
I don't remember. I can't remember how that one ended. I just remember they were playing poker and he just kept having to dab his little eye like, hold on, guys. I have something in my eye and it's
crying
a
gangster
blood.
tears.
Yeah, I cry gangster
I wish you could see my gangster tears.
Louis said Idris Elba would make an awesome Black Panther if he was not already Heimdall. Hey, he can be both. He's multi-talented. Though Elba and Ghost Rider doesn't matter since it's... Oh, okay, so I guess he was in Ghost Rider as well.
Which actually brings up... I have a question for that. So, if Marvel... Well, I guess when Marvel brings Ghost Rider into the MCU proper...
Never.
Would you bring Nick Cage with them, Luis? And to you guys, until Luis answers that question, what about you guys? Would you recast, or would you bring back the craziness that is Nicolas Cage?
Definitely recast. You know what's funny? Okay, I haven't actually seen that movie, but I was watching the Nostalgia Critics review, and what he pointed out, like, I don't know, like he reviews movies well enough where it's like you can get the gist of why a movie's good or bad. And it's just like, okay, Nicolas Cage is known for overacting. Like, he's the most dynamic person on screen. Like, it's never a dull moment with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
But his character in Ghost Rider is like playing like he's like really downplayed. Like, he's really boring. Yeah. Like, if there's one thing you should never be in a Nicolas Cage movie is bored. You might want to blow your brains out because he's going so crazy. You might need to be committed afterwards, but you should never be bored. And for an over-the-top, like, he's a demon biker with a flaming head. Like, how could you possibly be bored? So, I don't know. It's just like, if you can't make that movie entertaining with Nicolas Cage... Dude, that dude was in Face Off. That movie is terrible, and it's still entertaining. I still love it to this day.
He wasn't Castor Troy.
Well, he can eat a peach for hours.
And he did overreact when.
Tell me!
I think it's... Yeah.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
I don't know!
And that's exactly how it should start.
Not the base! Not the base!
That's how it should have started, and then that's how his head starts.
That's how he was a Ghost Rider too, though. He's
yeah.
like,
I was just about to say that.
yeah.
But like, shouldn't his whole character be like that all the time?
Yeah,
it's like completely just batshit crazy,
like breathing hard because he's on fire.
Yeah, it's like he's still reacting to somebody on fire, even in Ghost Rider mode. He's like, my head is on fire.
Look into my eyes
and tell me what it is you see. Now you look into my eyes. Yeah, should always go into a Nick Cage movie with the mindset that it's a comedy. There you go.
You know, I remember seeing Port of Call, New Orleans, or whatever. I forgot what the main title was.
Yeah.
Port of Call, New Orleans?
Port of Call, New Orleans.
Bad Lieutenant. It's called Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
Okay, moving on, because I have no idea. I don't know what you said. I don't even know what that's English.
It's a movie.
Port of Call.
Port of Call. What did I say?
Port of Call.
Port of Call.
Port of Car. Port of Car.
Port of Car. Port of.
Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. And there's a part where he's in the movie where he's flipping out on a dude getting sex from his girlfriend. And he starts like wigging out on the guy because he's crazy on drugs.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And he ends up taking the dude's girl and banging her in front of her boyfriend.
I'll show you
and
how to bang. Come here.
The dude's all like emotionally distraught. But then in the movie, it kind of makes sense. But if you actually look at it like a comedy, it's fucking ridiculous. And then when you see it in the crazy Nick Cage montage, it's like, why would they put that in the movie and let him act like? Because when you take it out of context, it's really weird and like
bring in
it doesn't fit the serious. Yeah, it doesn't fit the serious tone of the film. It's just
well, that's
really
what I was.
Odd.
That's the chance you take when you cast Nick Cage.
This is
like,
true.
Like the only movie he ever like his style of acting fit perfectly was in Kick-Ass. Whereas like his really quirkiness, he didn't overact. It's just like Matthew Vaughn got probably like the best performance out of Nick Cage.
He did really well.
I don't know, he was pretty great in Raising Arizona. So
I haven't seen that.
I haven't either. I've heard great things about it though.
Well, you should see great things about it, not just hear great.
Well,
things
I have
about
seen
it.
Con Air.
All I say is John Cusack and John Malkovich in probably the worst role of his life.
Red 2.
He was pretty funny in Red 2. Although I haven't seen all of it.
Red 3.
But it was raining that day.
And the sun was in your eye.
And the sun was in my eye.
It was raining.
What was that other movie that he?
that one.
Drive Angry.
In
3D.
Yeah, Drive Angry, the sequel to Drive. But The Weatherman. I saw part of that movie.
Lord of War.
Was he in that movie? No, that was Ethan Hawke.
No, that was
him.
That was him too?
He was Lord of War.
He was the Lord of War.
Oh.
I am the Lord of the War.
He was in a lot of...
I honestly don't remember that at all.
He was in a lot of movies around that time.
Yeah.
A lot of weird movies.
And Knowing, that was another movie.
Or he had that weird hair.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
That weird, like, wave comb.
That in Bangkok.
It looked like a typical Wes Anderson bad haircut. Like, have you ever seen Wes Anderson?
It looked like Tom Hanks in Da Vinci Code.
Wes Anderson, to me, looks like Tilda Swinton with brown hair.
I don't know who that is.
You guys you're killing me, Smalls.
Port of Call, New Orleans.
Port of Call.
What about when he was Fu Manchu in Grindhouse? Huh?
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he was.
It was one of those, like, the fake trailers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to find one in particular that was supposedly, like, really creepy and disturbing. Oh, wait, that's all of them. But you know who would actually make a good Ghost Rider? Josh Holloway. Yeah.
Let it die.
Come on, Freckles. Want to see me get hot?
Dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Oh, my God. What is wrong with you?
Dude, Jesse Eisenberg can play anything. Anything he sets his heart to. But, yeah. Moving on to other Marvel news. Fantastic Four. So they finally finalized the cast. And drum roll, please. We got Miles Teller.
Yay.
Guy nobody knows who he is. Kate Mara, who was in House of Cards as the reporter.
And Rooney Mara's little sister, I think.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think she has. I think we had covered that last time. And Jamie Bell. I don't know who this guy is, but. And then, of course, Michael B. Jordan is confirmed to be the Human Torch. And everyone's like, oh my god, he can't play the Human Torch. But to me, it's like the most... Okay, first of all, other than Miles Teller, since I can't even form an opinion on him since I know nothing about him. But Kate Mara seems like a good choice, only in the fact that she's actually a good actress.
Is she?
Yeah, she was good in House of Cards.
Okay.
And then Jamie Bell, just like... To me, he's the most offensive choice. Like,
which one's Jamie Bell? Is he the one playing the Thing?
Yeah. Like, that guy, he doesn't look like anything that I would want to play. I don't know. I just can't see him doing the Brooklyn accent.
No.
It doesn't fit. But that's
where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?
They should have got Rocket Raccoon to be the thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
they should have made Ben Grimm British.
Oh, I could go with that. With Benedict Cumberbatch.
With the Liverpool accent. Margaret Ann Petunia once said, "It's clobbering time."
Pass me the Oral T. I'm gonna clobber something.
Earl Grey. It's clobbering time, sir.
I could actually get down with that. That would be fantastic.
Oh man!
I reckon you're gonna get proper fucked today.
Miles Teller is read.
Right
WTF.
in your minerals, mother flips.
So she thinks Bell and Teller should be switched. I know. Yes, Luis. He's saying, "Hey, listen. Hey, listen." I still think the best Mr. Fantastic would have been Stephen Colbert, and I'm disappointed that they didn't cast him. I'm telling you, perfect.
Yeah.
Casting.
Yeah, I could see that actually.
Sweet Aunt Petunia.
Yeah. What did I say?
I don't know.
Great aunt.
Great aunt twice removed Petunia. Oh wait, I mean great aunt twice removed Petunia.
My old dust bunny of an Aunt Petunia once told me it was clobbering time.
She's practically...
And I laughed at her. And I threw tea in her face.
That's one way to destroy an antique. She's like, you've heard of a grandfather clock? She's a grandmother clock. Only she can't tell time. But I know what time it is. Clobbering time.
Ben, just stop talking, please.
Like by the time...
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It's like the whole city's destroyed by that.
You could call him Big Ben. All friends call me Big Benjamin. If you know what I mean. Aha, wink, wink, rub, rub, cheerio, cheerio.
Cheerio.
He could travel in one of those police boxes.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
Instead of the Fantastic Car. Oh man, we should have casted this movie. It's already so much better.
Well, this is great.
The Fantastic Four is already like 1,000 times better than it's ever been.
Fantastic Four, Hot Fuzz.
Dude, you've redeemed yourself with the British Big Ben. Congratulations.
They call me the British Bulldog of Manchester.
It's because when I sink my teeth into you, I don't ever let go.
I'm like a bulldog.
You gotta put me down. No, we put the gun down, actually. I haven't got the cosmic rays yet. I'm still vulnerable to bullets.
I'm not made of rock.
I'm not even really British. I'm from Antarctica.
I only weigh 14 stone.
Literally. I'm made out of granite. My parts don't work down there.
I was made out of the weakest quartz mineral you can find.
Stop playing with me, kids. I'm not made out of bloody Legos.
Oh no way. Doom should not be French. You know how much more endearing he would be to me. That's like, dude, I would be like way too infatuated at that point.
He'd be like, Lalmeria is a symphony of colors. At Tertulli, Fantastic Four, and he's a league. He would be a croissant.
He would be so much more smug. He'd have that French superior smugness.
Richards, you know what my favorite language to Carson is? French. Because it's like wiping your ass with silk.
I laugh at your general misfortune.
I
am doomed.
Would he have the curly mustache? He would have the curly mustache on top of the Doom mask. He's just there twirling it as he's plotting.
Professor Doom wields Give me a baguette.
My sinister plan is to replace all bread with the most superior bread in the world. Baguettes. No, you can't do that. That would make it so perfect because that's why I like the Fantastic Four are enemies. It's really just the old rivalry between like England and France. It's like, yeah, you bloody bastard, you will not replace my tea and crumpets with your baguettes. It starts like a whole world war.
Put a pipe in it and suck it.
He's
British
like,
man.
Now
it sounds like a weird Ukrainian.
I have a hostage, and I will execute Chef Gordon Ramsay if you do not acquiesce to my demands. And
you better do what he fucking says. I'm going to cook your show reality show this weekend. Fox will kill me all over again. You cunts.
Did you even fucking cook up this escape plan? It's still bloody raw on the inside.
Fuck me. Reed Richards couldn't even save me with the Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex.
You call that a nullifier? You didn't even bloody prep it! Just throws it in the trash. Do it again! Get out of my kitchen, Reed!
When I die, make sure they put sage on my chest.
So shall be my hun. Hermione? Hermione. I can't read it. We love you too, Kelly Nova.
So shall be...
That was probably your best accent.
What's my best?
The Big Ben.
Now you jinxed it, because now I'm going to think too much.
now you have him too subconscious.
He's going to have fumble fingers.
Sue shall be mine.
Say it. The first chapter.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Okay.
That was easy. Wow.
Yeah. Awesome. See, when you say it in French, everything makes sense.
I feel so special.
Richie Bobby.
Sacre bleu. The Fantastic Four are onto my plan. Oh, man.
Oh, boop.
If they did Doom like Peter Sellers, Inspector Clouseau style, Pink Panther, that'd be awesome. Where Dr. Doom was just like a genius bumbling buffoon. Anyways, whatever. This is Jack's sense of dismay.
So, yeah.
Schmaz.
So, as we just concluded, we made a much better Fantastic Four movie. So, hopefully you saw that in your heads, and it was fantastic. So, the other controversial character is Michael B. Jordan, because he's black. You know, the funny thing is, so now there's a rumor that he's going to possibly play Cyborg in Batman vs. Superman. A.K.A. let's cram as many DC cameos into the sequel as we can possibly get. But I think it's funny, because it's like, I mean, obviously... I'm sure Michael B. Jordan has range. He doesn't only play the cocky guy, but it's like people are like, oh, I think this is much better casting for him to play Cyborg. It's like Cyborg's like stoic and analytical. Like Michael B. Jordan's character, at least the one that most people credit him for, is like in Chronicle. He's the cocky guy. He's Johnny Storm. Like that's his character. It's like so he's more fit to play Cyborg just because they're both black. It's like does that mean like Samuel L. Jackson would be better to play Cyborg than I don't know than an angry Samuel L. Jackson?
I'm the wallet guy. I'm not the credit card guy or the other credit card guy. I'm the wallet.
Yeah, what's
guy.
in your wallet? That's the other.
Michael
guy.
B. Jordan's the Go-Gurt guy. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find that Go-Gurt commercial. Keep talking. I'm going to put it in the chat, and I want people to see if they can identify this as actually Michael B. Jordan.
Superman, this is what we gotta do! You gotta upgrade my firewall, then I'll hack into the Justice Doom!
Does he look like a glitch?
No, Mr. Cyborg! Then why are you trying to treat him like that?
Alright, I'm going to play this commercial. I want you guys to tell me if this is in fact Michael B. Jordan.
This is one way to eat yogurt, and this
not
is
that
Go-Gurt.
him.
You can take it anywhere, because you eat it with your hands, not a spoon. Go-Gurt's the yogurt you squeeze and
Is that
slurp,
him?
grab
That looks
and
like
glug.
him.
I don't think that looks like him at all.
No?
I think he's just black.
I could have, dude.
So
when I
Michael
first
B.
saw
Jordan's
Michael
gonna
B.
be listening to
Jordan,
this. No, I'm not the Go-Gurt guy. I'm the Chronicle guy.
He's like, come on, you got a podcast.
I
That's
would be
about
like
comic
confused
books, and you
interviewer.
can't even
I'm
get
so
the
sorry.
right guy from the commercial.
So about your new film, no. You ain't getting off the hook like that.
Hell nah! No!
I'm even going to talk in the traditional black sense.
Just
that the white
so
man
you
won't
don't
expect
know,
us to talk in.
I'm not the Yo Play Go-Gurt guy. And I've never done a McDonald's commercial or a KFC commercial. I have done a Popeyes commercial because that shit is delicious.
And I'm a Louisiana boy.
We said that's racist, yo. Do all black people look alike?
Watermelon.
And with that, Michael B. Jordan, I think, is not a good choice to play Cyborg.
Well, you know, he also got. He's
too black.
He's too black.
He's not black enough.
He got a lot of
Too
acclaim
perfectly black.
for
He's just
Fruitvale Station.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a lot of... I was just reading that the other day. I don't know what the movie is, but he was getting a lot of interviews for that, and the movie generally got favorable reviews. And
Yeah, it was very highly.
It was like a critically acclaimed film last year.
Yeah.
And I never even heard of it until a couple days ago when I was doing a little bit of research on him. And I was looking up that Go-Gurt commercial. I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
That's like your whole filmography. It's just like, oh, wait, he's not the guy from Space Jam? I thought it was the same Michael Jordan.
I looked up Michael B. Jordan Go-Gurt commercial on Google, and I got a bunch of stuff for like interviews for Fruitvale Station and stuff like that. So
the fruit and the Go-Gurt.
I know, right?
It makes sense.
You know, when you first mentioned Fruitvale or whatever, I thought you were talking about like Fruit Ninja. Like, yeah, he's gonna be the
like Fruitvale. Welcome to Fruitvale.
The pineapples are to your left.
Yeah.
The kiwis are to your right.
Welcome to Grape Station.
And the watermelon is out of sight in dynamite.
That's racist.
Have a coconut margarita, baby.
You know who I'd actually like to see play Johnny Storm? That's not Michael B. Jordan. Donald Glover. That's who I want to see.
Okay. Explain yourself.
He's black.
Now the truth comes out. You're so racist.
No, I don't know.
All you black people just want to see black people make it succeed.
You're taking away all the rules from all those other actors. How dare you?
We should just let you make it.
Now, you know what's funny,
We're
though?
Hollywood.
Is like someone had commented on that, and there was rumors about like a Space Jam 2. They're like, well, if Michael B. Jordan can play Human Torch, then how come we don't have a white basketball player to star in Space Jam? It's like okay.
Well,
like,
yeah, I think Steve Nash is a little too fucking old, to be honest. I'm
well,
sorry.
But that's the thing. It's like, okay, like that would be fine
Dirk?
if
Dirk?
Dirk?
Yeah.
Who's Dirk?
You know, Dirk Nowitzki.
I just know Steve
yeah,
Nash.
that guy.
I'm
He
sorry.
could totally star in Space Jam.
He's old too.
He's
but
a household
know
name.
Steve
German.
Nash.
You know,
They could always get Steve Turkergaloo, white chocolate.
Sexy chocolate.
I want Justin Timberlake to star in it, not even playing basketball. He's just gonna sing the ball into the hoop.
My love,
I'm bringing layups back. Hey, the defense don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Who's got the
them
dribble?
other boys don't know how to hoop.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think I'm working with like Larry Bird.
Take it to
We
the
still,
rim.
Yes.
Yeah, pound it.
He's got mad handles. Da, 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 da.
Shaking the fist, rolling the dice, picking in my money up.
The whole time it's just like it's really just like a commercial for MySpace. He's like, I'm still trying to bring MySpace back, guys.
Yeah, what happened with that? What happened? This is gonna be a place for music. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna pimp my music here, and more people are gonna love it.
Yeah, exactly. What
people
happened?
Romania can see it.
You know what's funny? It's like
happen.
you're gonna hear that shit in the Ukraine over all the rioting. But no, but it's like funny because like I remember they made a big deal when he announced like, "Hey, I'm adding my name to MySpace." When it actually launched, you heard nothing. It was literally crickets and tumbleweeds. Like I had to check because at first we're like, "Oh, it's probably be a good place to advertise the podcast. It's all music and stuff." And we get there and it's just like, "There's nobody on here. You can't like everything that actually made MySpace cool, which is like you can customize. You know, you can chat with people. Those features are not really even there. It's just like it looks really sleek, but you can't do shit with it. You know."
It's like a Mercedes Benz. You can get in the car, but you can't afford it. You can't use all the features. And when you do, someone's in the passenger seat, and you don't even know them. And they expect you to be out of the lot in 10 minutes.
You get in the car, and then you realize you're surrounded by the police. And you need to get out and put your hands on the car, because they will fucking kill you.
Yeah, because you're a brown man on a Saturday night.
Because you got a hoodie on, and they will shoot you.
R.I.P.
Put the Skittles down.
What was the Skittles and...
It was a Sprite, I think. It was some type of beverage. Some type of carbonated beverage.
Yeah, I think it was Sprite.
Which are
Yeah,
very
he was
dangerous to
high
Floridians.
With his shades on.
He was gonna get high.
Yeah, right. He was gonna eat the Skittles while drinking, and it was gonna make him explode. Like if you give like Alka-Seltzer to a seagull. Yeah. So he was trying to warn him, and then just escalated from there.
Stop! Don't do that.
Yeah, right. He's like, oh crap! I forgot. I'm not supposed to put my finger in the trigger well. I always forget. Index the finger. Oh god. Oh well. I'll just fight DMX then, I guess. I can fly twice as high.
Let's get it on.
Kelly Nova says, laugh my ass off. Mark told us, don't bother with MySpace.
Yeah, where was he when like MySpace was coming back? Because we were all excited, like, oh, screw Facebook. MySpace is going to be awesome because we could pimp the audio podcast.
Yeah, we were
there.
totally hyped. We're like, man, this is going to make or break
We put a few on there, and I was like, this blows
Around that
way
time,
too many circles.
He was on Facebook.
Yeah.
I will... Go ahead.
I remember seeing when he joined and everyone was commenting and he was responding and like, look guys, just because MySpace is my thing doesn't mean I can't have a Facebook page. Even though I don't really care about MySpace, I'm still getting money from it. Just leave me alone. At least I don't have that stupid picture anymore.
Oh man.
Oh, Luis, please explain your marriage to Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly said he told us the same thing, and I was like, ... Oh.
Alright, let's see.
Now we're clicking on a picture. It's loading. Oh, so we got Luis Photoshop for today's in the groom, and Justin Timberlake.
Well, at least Luis looks like he's the power bottom. So.
Well, now we understand why Justin Timberlake can sing such high notes.
Justin in bad form. Like you cannot wear a wedding dress and a beard on the same day.
You know, he did it.
He did it.
It was cool.
That's true.
You know, Luis, I'm sorry. Like, Justin just looks terrible.
I know what the wedding present
He ruins your wedding picture, bro.
I disagree, because I think he gave him the best wedding present of all. It's a dick in a box, girl.
It's not my dick in the box,
gonna buy you a diamond ring. That sort of thing don't mean anything. Not gonna buy you a house on the hill. A girl like you needs something real. It's my dick in a box. Yeah. But what I was going to say, because I lost my train of thought,
Dicks.
was we did discover while we were on MySpace an MC out of Austin by the name of Starvin' Arden, who has a song called Straight Outta Austin. At first, I was excited. I was like, "Oh, cool! Maybe this could be your theme song." And this was an episode. It was just me and
I
and
quickly
Bobby
struck
Beetle.
that down with all the hate in my heart.
Well, we did actually use it for that intro for that day, and it was hilarious.
Nah.
It was just no. You should have been there. My favorite was Bobby's reaction because we were playing it, and it just starts off straight out of Austin, and Bobby's like, "What the fuck is
Austin,
this?"
It's Austin. Straight out of Austin.
Straight out of Austin.
Yeah, it was pretty much.
It was just great because he kept like name dropping like landmarks and stuff. Because it's like, oh yeah, this was the line. Because it starts off, "I'm a Travis County thug with the Travis County love." I was just like, what?
Show me Travis
County love. Which it's just like, first of all, I'm sorry, Travis County is a great place to live. If you're trying to rep a place that's hard, it's not going to be Travis County.
It's definitely not going to be Travis County. Harris County, sure. Travis
pretty
County.
much any other county that's not Travis County.
Yeah.
Like that's where you're gonna get like the softest thugs.
Even like Zapata County.
Man, when I went to jail, they only gave me 2 rolls of toilet paper, man.
Yeah, I had to steal my 3rd and 4th.
Ain't that some shit?
Man, I did 2 Man, I did 2 months in the clink, man. My cookies were broken. My cookies, man. Can you believe that shit? That's hard times, man.
One dude, I can't afford to be wounded on the battlefield.
Yeah. Okay, so this is an actual Joe story. There was a guy in there, and supposedly his ankle was twisted, despite the fact that he was walking around. Which you think if your ankle was hurting, you would actually want to sit down. But anyway, he comes up and he goes, "Hey man, I need to go to medical. I was like, what's the problem? It's like, man, my ankle is messed up. And I'm like, really? Then why are you walking around? Shouldn't you, like, sit down and, elevate that? And he's like, man, looks around, gets, like, his hardest DMX face. I can't afford to be wounded in the battlefield. And my other coworker turns to me and was like, what the hell did you just say? It's like, battlefield? You're in the day room in Travis County watching Jerry Springer.
No, it wasn't even Jerry Springer. It was a Spanish Jerry Springer, Jose Luis.
Jose Luis.
Jose Luis.
Yes.
En el próximo Jose Luis.
It's been a long time.
Tenemos una ruca con dos husbands. How do you say husband in Spanish? Esposos.
I don't know. I hardly speak English.
Y chupacabras. Sin cabezas.
Oh, sweet, I found it. Hold on, I gotta put this in the chat.
Oh, man.
Alright,
Can't afford to be wounded on the battlefield.
Yeah, so I put
I can play that song.
Yeah, just play the first couple bars. It's in the chat. Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This guy.
I think it says
Straight out of Austin.
straight with an 8.
Oh, is it? Oh man. See, I think you saw our podcast, but I gotta be even more gangsta.
Boom, 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 boom,
Look how hard that pose is.
I know, in front of the Capitol, because that's where all the thugs
Set
are.
for life. Nothing says set for life like a Walmart T-shirt
with the NFL, with a pseudo NFL logo.
Yeah.
That's where one day I just want to run into this guy. Like, I heard you talking shit about my song, man. I'm gonna show you how we do it Travis County style.
Look, he's got a black shirt. This is at second 36. If you fast forward and pause, he photoshops Travis County Thug on his T-shirt. You know, it costs like $4 to go buy the lettering at Michael's.
Man, he couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But he's big time bossing. He's big time bossing.
Well, yeah, but he spent that big time bossing money on the $700 to buy Photoshop to Photoshop the letters Travis County Thug on that T-shirt.
He's throwing up the satanic symbol for rocking out and sideways flipping me off.
I think he's actually saying hook 'em horns because he's going to attend the UT game later on.
How is he a thug,
He looks like he's in front of a closed down bookstore.
His pants aren't sagged. His shirt is like regulation length.
Yeah. He's got laces on his shoes for crying out loud.
He actually looks rather presentable. He just looks like a kid that, you would see like in high school, just walking down the street like, hey man, I'm late to class.
He looks like an Aikens high school
Yeah, that
student.
was exactly what I was thinking, Aikens. He probably does rep for Aikens.
Like he's going into like that new tech class.
Man, I got eighth period computer science.
I'm gonna get me a good computer job skill, and I'm gonna be SFL set for life.
Nah, I mean, kid.
Yeah.
President just came down here last year and gave us all a speech on how Austin's the future technology capital of the world.
Say, son, I just learned me HTML5. 5.
Man, that's how Travis County Thugs roll. We got degrees and shit.
I'm from that fofo represent computer programming.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
He probably plays World of Warcraft.
Oh, here it goes. Showing Travis County love.
Sounds kind of like young.
45. He photoshopped 45.
4-5.
I was off by one zip code. 4-5. I'm the 4-5.
They mean faux 5.
West William Cannon, right next to the moped.
There's the coins right there.
Oh my god. APD.
Got a picture of APD.
APD caught me jaywalking, put me on the sidewalk, failed to ID. Now I got a criminal record and it didn't rhyme.
Club Crucial. I don't even think that's a club anymore.
April 18th, y'all, 9 p.m. Starving Sit for Life. Is that Niga with 1G?
It's like he was afraid to actually spell the word.
Like, man, I don't want no real thugs shooting me, man.
Man, I'm too light skinned to be putting on.
What? He spelled performing with 2 F's. I'm performing. Maybe he's got like a space impediment. I'm performing live at symbol.
Hey, that's not how you show Travis County love.
Club Crucial.
He's got a speech impediment.
He's just one word of K away from KKK.
Starving Arden? Arden?
He is pretty...
Arden. That's what I'm saying. He sounds like
His name
an
probably
animal
is
that
Arden.
eats ants.
His It's probably like
what is this? A rapper for ants?
It's probably like Arden Gibson or something. Arden Theodore Gibson, you turn down that hippity hoppity right now, and you come down for dinner.
I'm sorry, Mother. Do you need help setting the table?
Mother, I'm just trying to teach my fellas about Travis County love. I mean, I just want to teach them about the 4-5. I
just want to talk to my niggas.
It's like he misspelled Niagara.
Oh, man. Starvin Arden, if you're listening, come on the podcast. We'd love to have you and your great lyrical skills.
With your Travis County Thug /45 shirt.
Yeah.
And your excellent photoshopping abilities. And your stock APD footage.
I took that off of Fox 7.
You, sir, are a credit to the force.
To the foreskin.
So another news.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I apologize, chat.
Oh, man.
Skin fluid?
Skin flute.
Skin flute.
What is that?
You know what that is. You play it with your lips. But anyway, Walking Dead and Red Dead Redemption creators team up for weird sci-fi movie. So, if you ever played Red Dead Redemption, it is badass.
Badass.
If you ever watched The Walking Dead, it's mostly badass.
Gunstorm with my Winchester. Hello.
So basically, Norman Reedus, who's pretty much the whole reason why 90% of the people watch Walking Dead is because of Norman Reedus. And then, no, I'm not saying that.
A good 15%, sir. Sir, is Andrew Lincoln. Thank you.
Carl.
What are you doing?
Your mom died, Carl? What happened?
You
were supposed to look at him. Carl? What happened, Carl?
I told you not to use the ammo, Carl.
Dad, get away. I have my baseball bat silencer on.
Dad, I don't need you anymore. I found out how to be a Travis County thug. I'm moving out of Georgia. But,
Georgia! Carl,
where's the pudding? I ate it all, Dad. I'm sorry.
I'm going to throw your comics away.
So, on top of Norman Reedus, okay, so the 85% that watch The Walking Dead. I think for me personally, Rick is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, so Michonne's 0, huh? 0% Michonne.
Yeah. Dude, after the, I think it was episode 10, I'm sorry, Michonne lost a lot of points for me. Just that.
What happened?
Her acting was so bad. If you watched my review, you would know on our YouTube page.
Spoil
it's not even spoilerific. It's just her acting and the kid who plays Carl, so bad, like painfully
Chandler
bad
something.
acting. Huh?
Chandler something.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, young Channing Tatum with a cowboy hat.
Chandler Riggs. There you go. Boom.
Riggs. Riggs. Man, I'm too. Go suck an egg. But no, I mean, I remember hearing people say that the actress that plays Michonne is just a bad actress, and I was kind of like, all right, she doesn't seem that great, but for the part that she's given, she seems all right. But this is the first part where she had to really like show like emotion and really like be like distressed.
So you're telling me she's gonna get killed off soon?
No, I don't think so.
No, she's Michonne. She's not.
Nah.
They're gonna give her more samurai's swords.
You know, if they started dual wielding, that'd be badass. But no, she just had like this emotional breakdown, and I just like it was literally. I felt like her and Carl were like competing for who could put like the worst dramatic performance out there.
Ouch.
Which is it's interesting that you mentioned that because
did you watch
first time? Yes.
Okay.
The first time we saw the two of them on their own, away from everybody else,
it was all like heartfelt and
it was
nice.
It was good.
That was one of the best
really
episodes.
Good, yeah.
Because they both went in with like that apprehension.
Yeah.
For each other, and at the end of it, it's kind of like, hey, kid. Great ball game.
And
here's my jersey. Stay with zombie guts.
Michonne.
The dude who I can't remember his name.
Morgan.
I think
from,
it was no. That wrote the episode.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
I have no idea.
He wrote. He's always writing the best episodes of the show.
Not Robert Kirkman.
It's not Kirkman.
Kirkman actually wrote the episode that I'm talking about, and it's really bad.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Was that the one where?
This was the one like
when it came back, right?
Yeah, this was the one right after. This was like the mid-season premiere. So this is like when Carl and Rick are together, Michonne's off on her own. Like no other characters are in the episode.
I actually thought she did pretty well in that episode. This last one, This past Sunday.
Okay, I haven't seen that one yet. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I mean, I appreciate that somebody liked it, honestly, because I was like, man, I hope someone's getting enjoyment out of this. I sure as hell am. So, I don't know.
You haven't seen the one from this Sunday?
Not yet. I will see it tomorrow.
I will tell you this. It's kind of boring.
Oh, is it?
But see, that's the thing. I thought the mid-season premiere was really boring.
Yeah.
So is it more boring than that? Because so I'm just gonna follow my sword now.
I wasn't excited about the episode until the last probably 10 minutes when it focused on Rick in a certain precarious situation that I won't mention.
Okay.
Carl, we're out of pudding.
I was actually watching the. I was tuned into YouTube yesterday, and I got a little notification at the top bar of Weird Girls is live. So I tuned in. And I came into like a crucial point where I think they were just talking about the walking. Yeah, Club.
April 18th.
At a point, I think they were just talking about the episode that ended. I was like, should I spoil it for myself?
And you did.
I don't know. Well, they were still being really vague, so I still didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I was like, okay, are we talking about Walking Dead? What are we talking? And I was having trouble like focusing because there was no names really being said here and there. I was listening for a good 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, they're definitely talking about. I think they're talking about Walking Dead, so I'm gonna get out of here for now. But yeah, I'll tune in later and watch.
Wow, so you exhibited self-control and spoilers.
I did.
Kelly Nova, we had to.
Kelly Nova was in the chat.
You rubbed off on him.
Kelly Nova was in the. I saw her comments. So I was like, oh man, if I show my presence, she's gonna get the fuck out of here, dude.
Go watch now.
Yeah, I'm still like 5 episodes behind.
And you still haven't finished Breaking Bad.
Okay, so here's the thing. I moved out on my own recently. Can't really afford cable. But all the episodes that I had recorded were on my father-in-law's DVR box.
Oh, for Walking Dead?
Yeah. Yeah, Walking Dead and Sons.
Meet me around the back alley. I'll hook you up.
Yeah, so since...
I got sources.
Since I moved out from that fat bastard's home...
Only one?
Only one? Only one? Yeah, so... I was never able to finish.
But your excuse for Breaking Bad is
New Girl, Don't Trust to Be in Apartment 23, Doctor Who, Beast Wars.
How do you let
that's my
those?
Excuse.
How do you let any of those prevent you from finishing out one of the greatest television series?
New Girl is good, sir.
And Breaking Bad is better. So there.
Oh shit, Luis. The trifecta?
Oh, yeah, there you go. You're just getting triple teamed.
Don't say it.
I'm the one who knocks! But anyway.
You're goddamn right.
Say my name, Agamemnon. Prometheus!
Well, see, but that's the thing. Right. Luis says he watches over 60-something shows. I don't have that luxury. I have a kid and a wife that need my attention, and I don't even have time to hardly write anymore.
And tackle?
You got to relieve the stress somehow.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
But I'm picky with my shows that I watch immediately. I'll get around to it one day. I swear to God.
Dude, like, New Girl, Don't Trust to Be in Apartment 23.
I will tell you before I had
a kid. I gotta watch that first. I gotta watch Sensational Spider-Man.
Well, there's shows that I can enjoy with my wife. I just also recently started from the beginning Supernatural.
And that was your first problem.
You had like 2 episodes left of freaking Breaking Bad, didn't you?
I had three seasons.
Exactly. It was like 2 episodes. Look, this is all you got to do.
I saw the last episode, unfortunately.
All you have to do is just not sleep for about 3 to 4 days. Just get all the food you're going to need for that time to stockpile it around your body.
What if I die from lack of sleep? That's possible.
You won't. No. Just get some blue meth.
Yeah, exactly.
Blue crystal.
You're going to want to warm that up to about 350 degrees so it liquefies. And you're just going to want... You just get one of those twirlies, those twisty straws. You don't even want to...
I have plenty of those.
Just slurp that shit right up into your veins. You'll be good for a solid week.
Slurp it.
You'll not only finish those 3 seasons, you'll rewatch the entire thing.
But then I'll feel terrible afterwards.
But you'll know...
What if I don't remember anything?
You'll remember. You'll remember the good times.
You'll remember the good times.
You'll remember that feeling when you're jonesing for more Breaking Bad.
Kelly asked me if I did love Supernatural. Dude, I am totally digging it. We spoke about this before, and I've seen like scattered episodes here and there, and I thought they were good. But now that I'm like I know the gist of it and the whole deal with Sam and Dean. At least from the get-go, it makes so much more sense. It's a really good show. And it's a little cheesy, but I think that's what I love about it the most. It's just so cool. They poke fun of each other. The show kind of is a little bit self-aware, but not like where it's like glaring, like Deadpool glaring obvious.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just awesome. It's just fun. It's a really fucking fun show.
For some reason, he did not like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
It is garbage. Oh my god!
And it's too many references. To
Punching people into coins.
It focuses. Whatever, dude. Whatever.
But anyway, Luis brings up a good point. Says it takes weeks to die of lack of sleep. So at the worst case scenario,
but it takes 3 days to die of a gunshot wound to your stomach if you have the willpower to live that long.
Well, see, but that's the thing. Worst case scenario, you'll just hallucinate and have an alter ego. They'll start an underground fight club and terrorist organization in your name. And really, can that be that bad? Come on.
It's not what I would want in life.
You would see yourself as Brad Pitt, though.
I don't want to see myself as Brad Pitt.
Wearing a scarf.
Yeah, that jacket, that red jacket.
It would only...
You gotta make soap out of human fat.
That doesn't sound appealing to me.
How does that not sound... That's like right up there with punching people into coins.
There were bitch tits.
God damn it. And I don't say that word.
You want to finish her off? Really says, are you expected to get shot? I guess maybe he might go out Gale style. If you'd seen it, you'd know the reference.
Gail?
Yeah.
I had a boss named Gail. She was a total bitch.
Well, there you go.
Boss.
She probably would have been nicer had you finished all seasons.
She was an old craggy lady that didn't get none.
I'm upset, and I'm going to take it out on everyone because my vagina is empty.
Her vagina was old
and so is my heart. Well,
it was dustier than a Walkman sitting in an attic for 60 years.
They've been around that long.
Well, just imagine when it has been that long. That's a lot of fucking dust.
Is this as dusty as Agamemnon's signed copy of Scott Pilgrim that he'll never watch?
I don't have a signed copy of Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know. It's been sitting there with teardrops coming out of Michael Cera's eyes. You want to watch this movie.
You sure it's not Bitcoins? All the fucking ridiculous references.
We can only hope. And Luis says if you post trend of coins, you got to spit around something worthwhile. Well, there you go. If you had just a little bit of Scott Pilgrim in you, all your problems could be solved.
I'd have to put
poverty.
I'd have to put them in separate treasure boxes and then throw them into their own different vortexes, so that they're all in different alternate realities, so that they would never come back together like Liquid 5000 or T1000. The
Liquid 5000. Because
if all the coins came together,
sounds like just like
it'd be like some kind of Legend of Zelda storyline where it's like, no, Ganon's back.
That's not how they don't talk.
Well,
that's how
they dialogue.
Hey. You can take
the adult fairies.
You can take it remains to the collector. So anyway, back to my point. The Walking Dead and Red Dead Redemption creators have teamed up for a sci-fi movie. So we almost got past Norman Reedus and the word "and." So the other person that's going to be in the movie is Digimon Hansu.
Digimon.
Yeah, Digimon Hansu. This Kakarot. But better known as the black guy from The Gladiator.
Jimon Hansu.
Yeah, that's what I said, Digimon Hansu.
Or Lost.
Not Digimon, it's Jimon.
Was he in Lost?
Yeah.
No,
that was the other guy. That was
Mr. Echo.
The other guy.
Oh,
that was like
Yes, that's right. Adele.
Yeah, Adele.
Adewale Akinue Agjibaji.
Bless you.
That is racist, sir.
No, it's just being an asshole. But anyway,
Adewale is like
so they're gonna play lonely space janitors.
What?
It's based off of a comic book series by Robert Kirkman and directed by Christian Cantamessa, who co-wrote and was the lead designer on Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So Grove Street will be in attendance.
Digimon are the champions.
You have to say it like the show.
I don't know how the show goes. I didn't watch fucking
Digimon are the champions.
Did you watch Digimon? You watched Digimon.
I did watch Digimon. I watched like the first half of the first season.
I watched.
He doesn't
some
watch
Pokemon.
it. He lives it, sir.
It was
Pokemon.
I'm still,
Pokemon.
Dude. I'm still ripping Mad Max. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Mad Max.
Yeah, or Pocket Max. What the fuck was that thing called again?
Pocket Max.
Pocket the monster!
Mighty
Max. Yeah.
Mighty Max.
Mad Max.
Mighty Beans.
Mad Max. Pocket Max.
Something Max. I don't know.
Max Mill.
Maximilian. Maximum Overdrive. But anyway, this movie sounds really good.
Well, blow me down.
It's for the other podcast. But yeah, so the story is set in an underground cryogenic facility after a nuclear fallout renders the atmosphere unbreathable.
What movie is this again?
This is the one about the lonely space janitors, starring Norman Reedus and Gladiator dude, who's not Mr. Echo. Okay, I guess it's called Air or something. It says Air centers on its two custodial workers, Reedus and Hansu, who take care of the cryogenically sleeping personnel that are reestablished or that are to be reestablished to society, but struggle to preserve their own sanity and lives while maintaining the extremely fragile environment of the last livable place on Earth. So yeah, so Mighty Max was like that's exactly what it was. Kelly Nova says Mighty Max was like Polly Pocket for boys.
Kelly Nova is correct.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. They're like the Polly Pocket isn't testing well in the male demographic. How about this? Cut her hair, give her a best friend that has a metal arm and a badass mullet, and throw in some bird creature, and we got Mighty Max.
My chicken, my chicken, my chicken.
Is that what it said? Or is that
was in the theme song?
Was it?
No.
No.
Oh, I thought that was an advertisement for Popeyes. Man, that's my chicken. Did you ever see, this is completely random,
That's my drumstick.
but did you ever see I don't know, do they have Church's Chicken here? I always forget.
Yeah.
Do you
There's
remember
one
that?
at Manchac and William Cannon.
Okay, I was thinking of Bojangles. But the Christmas commercial is like, Santa Claus is in my kitchen eating my Church's chicken.
Oh, he's got a broomstick and shit.
Get out of here, Santa Claus!
You ain't gonna rob me again? You ain't getting my 350, you goddamn Santa
You got
Claus!
27 minutes to get the hell out of here, because I'm about to call the police, and that's the average response time.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But yeah.
I got Church's chicken. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Louisiana fast.
That's Popeyes.
Yeah, no, it's Popeyes. I don't know the slogan.
Don't mix chicken references!
I wonder if we get a chicken sponsorship. So we can just chew really loudly and obnoxiously. It's like, so the next topic.
Dude, they'll be able to like
This
hear
is
the
really good
grease.
chicken.
It's like the lip smacking.
Oh,
on
man.
NPR.
Oh,
They
dude.
do like the.
You could taste all 25 spices.
I think I just got a giblet in my mouth.
Yeah, I made some cordon bleu for
I ate the
Valentine's.
bones.
I made some cordon bleu for Valentine's, and one of the pieces of chicken had like
You made a whole university?
the little fatty parts in it. And my wife ate it, and she was just like, "I'm not hungry." I was like, "What? What is it?" 'Cause I made this shit to perfection. And she was like, "I chewed a lot of fat, and now I'm grossed out by it." Like, damn it! Damn you, finicky eating!
Well, she could have just been quoting an idiom.
Yeah, it's like she has plenty of time to chew
I don't know what that is,
fat.
and I don't appreciate.
I don't appreciate that offensive comment.
And I won't respond to it. Yeah, I got that.
You've offended my family, and
I butchered it, but I
and
tried.
you've offended the Shaolin
You
Temple.
get props for that. I feel like
Thank
some
you.
kind of weird nerd for knowing everything about Arrested Development. But
And
nothing
Dude, you
else.
know, like I thought I knew a lot, and then I met you, and I felt like a speck in the universe, and the knowledge of Arrested Development.
I know about the Blue Man Group.
And I'll just end my
And
analogy
never newts. And there's always money in the banana stand. And these life lessons have brought me to this point in my life, where I'm so sad to tell you that they're remaking The Raid. Why?
Oh,
Oh, but no,
Why?
is it?
Wait.
Is it
the Raid
Spike Lee?
Redemption
That would be The Raid, not the Bugs
for
Raid.
American audiences,
The
right?
Raid
Yep, for-
Retribution.
Why? You know the worst thing you could say is that it's being remade with Steven Seagal.
Well,
Directed by Spike Lee.
Damn.
That would have been hilarious.
My heart literally skipped a beat. I got that weird chill down my shoulder, like, Stop playing, player.
Quit playing games with... Okay, but anyway, so it's going to be directed by the person who's directing The Expendables 3, Patrick Hughes, who I know nothing about, other than that he's directing
obviously
The Expendables 3.
you can't direct, like, a martial arts action movie.
Yeah.
It's already going to be like The Raid, but with guns instead of martial arts.
Maybe they're going to do Gun Fu like that, not Keanu Reeves, that Christian Bale movie.
John Woo style.
Well, that's the whole different thing. No, I think he's banned from Hollywood after Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
It was like, John Woo, we appreciate all of your HK flicks. They were awesome, but get the fuck out of Hollywood and take your goddamn doves with you. And then you see...
He's just walking with his briefcase.
Yeah. you just hear the music from The Incredible Hulk.
Like a dove stuck on the back of his jacket. Get off of me!
They all just like fly on him and they just like carry him out.
Get off of me!
Louis says it's written, acted, directed, and produced with Steven Seagal. He doesn't walk. He just runs for the entire movie.
That's not funny!
Dude, that's what the remake to Running Man should have been. Just Seagal just running. Just an hour and a half of Seagal running. Because all you need is kill. But, I think...
Yeah, Louis said he flies off carried by doves, like James and the Giant Peach.
Sounds delicious.
That was a good movie.
So apparently, it's going to be starring Thor and his brother, Liam and Chris Hemsworth.
So let me guess, one of them's going to be the drug dealer brother, and the other one's going to be the Raid Redemption brother.
So I'm sure the one that you care about is going to be Thor, and the other one's going to be the other lesser brother that gets killed in like the first 5 minutes of the first Expendables.
I think it might be the other way around.
Nah,
because in the other movie, the older brother was the drug dealer one.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you don't want to kill off Chris Hemsworth.
Well, he doesn't die. The brother doesn't die in the Raid.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he escapes.
Well, he helps it. He escorts him out. He's like, I can't go to your word, brother. The biofrost is destroyed.
The biofrost.
That's why they should get Tom Hiddleston.
That would be so badass. Can you imagine him doing like these crazy Raid Redemption moves, just killing people, and he would love it too because he like gets into his character so much. Yeah. I mean, better yet, Raid Redemption, like not even just those two actors, but it's Thor and Loki.
The Dark World.
They walk in
like a Shakespearean Raid Redemption.
The Raid, the Dark World.
It's like they walk into a planet. And then someone just gets on the intercom. If you kill those two Asgardians, you get free rent for life. And then all these like Marvel characters are trying to kill them, and they're just having to fight them off. Thor's just smashing skulls with his hammer, like, you want me to put the hammer down? Ah! And Loki just like cloaks himself. He's like, yeah, you do all the work. I'm just chill over here.
All he's doing is just faking people out with his fake body.
Yeah.
Who? Oh, you're in that trap. Ooh, you're in that trap.
It's like, really? You fall for that again? Oh, I'm actually over here. Oh, well, I'm actually over here.
Loki, 'tis dark magic around these parts. Brother.
Louis said if somebody dies, it'll be Liam Hemsworth, and that's what he gets for being engaged to Miley Cyrus.
Hey, he came in like a wrecking ball.
You know, I got a confession. I'm pretty attracted to Miley Cyrus. I hate to say.
I thought you were going to say
something about that
Liam.
short hair.
Well, he's a handsome guy. How can you not? Look
I'm also addicted to that "We Won't Stop" song. We Can't Stop song.
Okay,
all right. So the podcast is now Prometheus.
I'm sorry.
We have hit the eject button, and Agamemnon has been sent to the Frost Giant planet.
It is super catchy.
Okay, they attracted to Miley Cyrus. All right, she's despite all of her ridiculous acting out, she's still attractive.
Yeah,
but to like that song is unattractive. And I'm sorry.
Does that make me unattractive?
Yes, I'm sorry that I can no longer.
Well, I'm not that attractive
to you because
I'm kind of cool with that.
You sure? Because you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm already
you just had
married,
a contract for a modeling
safe.
career, and I got to tear that up. Like Colgate was on the phone, and they were going to sign you.
Well, it's fine because I'm a Sensodyne man.
No! Not anymore, you're not.
Yeah. They're the only ones that give me full protection from cavities, plaque, and gingivitis. While also whitening my teeth and giving me a perfect smile. While also restoring my enamel.
Okay, sign me up.
We make holes in teeth. We make holes in teeth.
Louis said, Miley Cyrus is not ugly, but her persona now, ... Just a jump ahead. Louis says that mustache picture doesn't help. I still have nightmare. Referring to Agamemnon with his mustache, his creeper mustache.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. To me, the whole Miley Cyrus thing doesn't even like anger me or even disgust me because it's just, to me, it's more just like lame. To me, it's like someone who's like too old trying to be hip. It'd be like to me. It's like Starvin Arden being a Travis County thug. Like it's like, come on, dude, really? It's not cool. It's like her whole controversy. She's twerking. 1999. It was popularized over a decade ago. How is this controversial? You know, like it's literally like the Elvis effect. It's like, oh my god, it's like the young pop star from Nickelodeon or whatever fucking channel she's from. Now she's twerking. It was okay when they're doing it in the club. When Michael B. Jordan hangs out, but now it's not okay.
When Michael B. Jordan hangs out?
I think the thing was with the whole fad is that I think we all knew
Go-Gurt shot.
I think we all knew twerking was an old thing. We grew up with the twerking, you know, Juvenile, back that thing up.
Yeah.
But
Only bigger daddy when you make that. Girl, what you playing with? Back that thing up.
Your father can wonder when you was back that thing up.
Black is hot.
Yeah, Louise says, I remember when it was just called Shake Your Ass, but watch yourself.
Yeah.
Take a bath.
Show me what you're working with.
So, okay, the whole thing with twerking is that there's a couple of clips of her twerking with some big booty black ladies, right? Which was kind of weird in that sense because they never show their faces. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't want to.
They're like
but
the characters
they're twerking.
from the Muppets.
So then,
you don't see their faces.
So the young kids, they're like, "Oh, what is that?" And then they, look it up, twerking, and then everyone starts twerking, and then it hits the news, and like this new fad of twerking. It's like, well, it's new to them, but it's not new. I understand it got out of hand, but that's the explanation.
They take everything.
They take everything. They make it into themselves.
I'm not gonna finish that Paul Mooney quote, but
they took our twerk.
Yeah,
because it was the same thing. Yeah. It was the same thing with the Harlem Shake. A few months before that, where
shake what your mama gave you.
People had known what the Harlem Shake was, like decades ago. And then
G-Dep.
But it wasn't even the real Harlem Shake that they brought back.
G-Dep.
Huh?
It wasn't even like the real Harlem Shake.
No, it wasn't. It was just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
That certain we'll call them hipsters, popularized it, and then everyone's like, "Oh, the Harlem Shake! Can you do the Harlem Shake?"
It's just you doing whatever, but it's like the most skillful, gyrating, like jagged, like cool-looking shoulder popping that I've ever seen.
I think it's all that except for skillful and cool looking.
No, I'm talking the actual Harlem Shake.
Oh yeah.
The New Yorkers got pissed off about that.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember watching, and I could never find it on YouTube again.
I heard they
but it was a bunch of people from like Queens or something. And it was like a 3-minute video. It was like, "This is how we Harlem Shake," and it was like 7 people, and they're just fucking dancing.
Yeah,
to it. I was just like,
badass.
"This is so awesome!" And I thought I had liked it and put it in my favorites, and I never did. I didn't. I could never find it again because I think we did it on one of the early podcasts where I was trying to bring that up.
Yeah, I think Homeland Security took him out.
They took the video
They took him to Gitmo. Like, this dance is going to take over the country. This is a threat to national security. So we're going to torture you for years until you no longer pop and or lock.
I think we were playing a video of like some Louisiana college. No, a friend from work was showing us. It was T. Hummus.
Yeah.
Where he was showing us that video with the where he graduated. I think he graduated from LSU. He's an LSU alumni.
Yeah.
And it was like the college dudes doing it, and they had like props and stuff. And there was a dude with like a baby doll.
Yeah.
And he was like slapping the shit out of it in the video, and it's just all violent. And he's just like, he's a T. Hummus. He's a black dude. He's a really cool dude, but he just sitting there. He's just like, look at this brother, man. His mama never slapped him. He's just like, this just looks bad for black people. What the fuck is he doing? He's just like critiquing. He's like, man, I know LSU ain't teaching them that shit. He's just like getting down on this dude. It's just like, and what is the coach? Because the coach was in there supervising the whole thing, and he's letting this happen. It's like, come on, man. What kind of message does this send?
You smack that baby like I taught you.
Yeah, all right.
You smack it like you're disciplining it, not catching a charge.
He's like, man,
you ain't trying to catch a case with this, baby. You trying to leave a mark?
That's why you got to do it with oranges. Don't leave no marks. He's like, man, this type of behavior is why people don't take us seriously playing the Human Torch, man. Some bullshit.
Shake what your mama gave you, says Luis.
And watch it fast. But yeah, going back to the Raid Redemption remake, it's just like I just don't see the point. Like, it's like it's not like it's especially a movie like the Raid Redemption. Like, you don't need an American translation. Like, it's not like the language of badass action is universal.
Yeah,
I don't care what language you speak. Like, you don't even have to listen to them talk. Just literally open your eyes and watch them punch people. I'm unfortunately not into coins, but still incredibly entertaining. It's just like, really, you got to remake that? And it's like, there's no way, like, the Hemsworth brothers, well, I don't like the other one, Liam's kind of weak, but Chris Hemsworth, awesome, great Thor. But you really think he's going to put the level of action they had in the Raid Redemption? No. Like, I'm sure it could still be cool, but it's like, they literally had to go to, like, what was it, like, Indonesia? It's just like, so I forgot what I was listening to, but they were like talking about how, you know, like with Tony Jaa was like, you know, Thailand, it's like, this is the Thais, this is how you know, rugged and like just like raw these are. It's like they had to go to like an even poorer country in Asia where it's like these guys like sacrifice even more of their body. It's like, really, like these like these American overpaid American actors are gonna really like risk life and limb, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. It's just stupid. It's just like, I can understand if it was more like this story, like they remade the movie. It's like a really popular Hong Kong movie, Infernal Affairs. They remade that into The Departed. It's like, all right, it's a really good thriller. It's a really good message. It's like, sure, you can watch the original version, but it's like it's something that can translate to American audiences as well. It's like, okay, I get that. But it's like, this is an action movie. Like, you don't need.
Yeah.
It just angers me. But I might watch it just so I can talk shit about it, which I will probably do anyway.
I think I actually found the video.
Oh, did you? The real Harlem Shake. I'm gonna laugh. It's just like a milkshake.
Of course, it's Power 105. I think this is the one.
Well, either way, whenever you.
Well, saying what not to do. This isn't the real one.
I see.
And then when the thing starts, it's like, this is
okay. So yeah, we'll put that in the chat so you guys can check it out. And you can maybe also learn some dance moves, so the next time you're up in the club, you can tear up the dance floor.
What?
You can get shots of Go-Gurt with you and your homies.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. He's spinning the records. He's spinning the Miley Cyrus on there.
Nothing but the hits.
Yeah.
We won't stop.
Don't make me play it, man.
Alright, so I got one more topic.
Okay.
So, pretty much I feel like 2008, like that TV schedule is coming back. Because first we got 24, the Jack Bauer Power Hour coming back miniseries.
Power Hour.
Yeah, the Power Bauer. But not only that, but NBC is like, alright, you guys, Fox, you're bringing back fucking 24 in 12 episode miniseries. We got you. We see your 24, and we raise you a Heroes.
Reborn.
Mic drop.
Yeah, they're
Walk
like,
off.
we're out of here.
And nobody cares.
So Heroes is coming back. Heroes is one of those shows where I legit wanted to like it, and I just never could get into it. It's just like, I felt like
Louis said nope.
I felt like I'm I'm sitting there watching this, like, it's got superheroes, it's got a diverse cast. This should appeal to me. This does not appeal to me at all. Like none of the characters were interesting, like, at all. It's just like, why can't this show just be just a little bit better? Like, yeah. I would love to like this show and just.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but I know at the time there was people that really enjoyed at least the first season, and then the second season they felt like it kind of lost its way. And by the third season, I think there was a third season.
Yeah,
it was kind of garbage. And then
I think 5 seasons.
Yeah, and then I think they ended it like on the web. Like, the last few episodes were on the internet.
Oh, wow.
I don't think they even got a chance to probably close the show out.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was, like, back to what Prometheus was saying about the characters not being interesting, they weren't. They were really one-dimensional. But it was really interesting the way that they did it, because they had, one episode focused on 1, 2, maybe even 3 characters, and it was kind of how they would eventually come together and meet and work together. And that was cool, seeing that happen. But they wrote themselves into a corner with, do you remember the
main villain?
Well, not that part,
okay.
But Peter was like the really optimistic dude, right?
Yeah. He was the one that could like read minds, I think. He was bulimic.
Yeah. Wait.
Maybe.
Well, anyways, he was like the main dude. Like at the end of the first season, he got sent to an alternate reality, and he had a girlfriend and all this kind of stuff. And then the second season, when he finally made it back, they didn't talk about or pay attention to any of that at all.
Oh, I see.
And they tried to diversify the cast a lot more. Like, hey, we're going to have some immigrants and we're going to be topical about this. They weren't interesting because they just spoke like Portuguese or something. And you already had a bunch of people who were like, hey, Barack Obama's going to come into office and open up the borders. We don't care about them. And it had characters who died and came back and died and came back. And it was like, nobody can ever die. You have all these bad guys who were so iconic, and they're becoming good guys, and they're all related. And it was a big mess.
Yeah.
Save the cheerleader. Save the world. She was like the closest thing to an interesting character. And
well, Hayden Penn's here, so yeah.
Yeah, she was hot.
That was what I was about to say. That's the only reason why.
But, I mean, she's
I
a
was
good
interested
actress.
in looking at her.
She's a good actress,
in
though.
that cheerleading outfit, she was really, really nice to look at.
Oh, was she?
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, honestly, like that's all that show really had going for it. Like, it's sad to say, but it's like, yeah, no one was interesting, nothing was compelling, and it was just like it just seems like they took like all of like the flash of what makes like superheroes like interesting. It's like, oh, they got cool powers. Here's kind of a cool concept, and they forget like, well, you need a little bit more than that. You need actual depth and character and storylines that drive people. So Louis is dying and coming back. Want to be X-Men? You only died once, bro. Try 5 times. So I don't know. I'm not excited for Heroes coming back. I really just brought this up so I could talk about 24, which is also coming back. This is a Perrier show, and it's fantastic, and I cannot wait. And it's going to be so much better than Heroes. I'm calling it now. It's going to get better ratings. Jack Bauer's going to cross over to the Heroes world, and they're going to tell him what he wants to know.
But is there going to be a movie still?
Of 24?
Yeah.
The last time I checked, I was listening to an interview with Keith Sutherland. He says that's still on the table, but they're still kind of like working through it. Like, it's still not finalized, but it could still happen. In fact, at one point they were talking about doing a crossover with Jack Bauer and John McClane, doing like a buddy cop movie, which is like when I first my first initial reaction was like, that would be cool. And then after like 30 seconds of thought, it's like, that would be fucking terrible. Like and not even just like John McClane post like Die Hard with a Vengeance, where he just becomes like a superhero. It's just like they just couldn't exist in the same movie because like the way they operate is like too drastically different.
Yeah.
And then when it got me thinking, though, I was like, no, but a good crossover legitimately would be Liam Neeson, his character from Taken, and Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would just be like someone, because it's like, okay, the first season 24, they kidnapped Jack's family. The first movie of Taken, they kidnapped his family. They just kidnapped both their families.
See, and if they had Liam Neeson, they could have saved him.
Yeah.
Especially if they were split up, so they could like help each other.
I think it would just be great. It's just like I just have like the ending in my head where the few people that survive like their rampage of getting their families back. And they're just sitting in, like, the hospital waiting room all bandaged up and bloody and missing limbs and eyeballs. And they're just like, we should probably not fuck with those guys ever again. We should, I don't know, maybe start a band, a comedy troupe. But kidnapping, it's not the profession I want to go in anymore.
Should be tourists in Australia.
All we got to do with is kangaroos with boxing gloves.
Yeah.
And Rocket Raccoon.
I'm not a raccoon.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. So, I don't know. But, like, legit, like, I think that could be a badass movie. Because it's like, their characters are similar enough. And it's like, they both have, like, the thing where, like, they're former... Well, I think Bauer was, like, former military. And then, like, Liam Neeson's character was, like, former CIA. So it actually kind of works. It's like, John McClane is, like, supposed to be the everyman that rises to the occasion. Whereas, like, Jack Bauer is, like, the most trained person that could do pretty much everything.
And he loves killing everybody he tortures.
Well, he doesn't necessarily love it. He does it because it needs to be done
he
to
hasn't
save
admitted
lives. It's actually interesting because it starts off, like, the first 3 seasons are very unapologetic, but as it, like, progresses, like, he actually starts, like, regretting, and he actually ends up having to, like, kill people he didn't want to kill, but it's just kind of like, circumstances, bro. you're trying to kill the terrorist. I got to interrogate him. He's got the key to stopping this nuke. So sorry, buddy. Bullet to the chest.
So did he do that before Sam Fisher, or did Sam Fisher do it first?
I want to say he did it first because 24 started in 2001. I'm not sure when Splinter Cell first came out. Although Sam Fisher...
2001, 2002.
Okay. Maybe they came out of the same training camp. Like maybe CTU was teaming up with, what is it called now? Whatever their airplane thing is. But that would be an awesome team up. I really want to see like some 24 DLC in the next Splinter Cell game.
I think the only reason that they brought 24 back was because the other big project that Southern was supposed to be a part of was Touch.
Huh.
And that was back in, I want to say, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox had this huge campaign of like, this is going to be our next big show.
I see.
It's Sutherland and his kid that doesn't talk, but he can see numbers and...
Oh, yeah. That was a good show. I saw a couple episodes of it. It wasn't bad.
I didn't see any of it, but it didn't... I don't think it made it a whole season.
No, it was like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I saw 2 of them, and they were like, you know what? Let's just cancel
The
it.
critics were like, not enough.
It might have gone a whole season, but... yeah. It seemed like a really great show, but yeah, I don't know what happened. They just did away with it.
He didn't kill anybody, so
yeah,
I wanted to watch it.
In fact, I think they were just saving people.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like
they're like
nobody wants to see.
Nobody
wants to see Jack Bauer and his stupid kid with Asperger's saving people.
We want to see his kid, Kim Bauer, get into mischief. We want to see him punching people in the sternum while choking them with his forearm.
Yeah. Giving people Asperger sandwiches.
Yeah. With a side of knuckle sandwich.
Yeah,
Luis says because Fox cancels everything else, they needed a hit again. He said it did go on to a complete season. It was taken off into its second season, he thought. So, either way, yeah. But yeah, that makes sense. Because that really was like... As much as I've just been coming to liking 24, it just shocked me. Like, why would they bring this show back? Like, it's been off the air for 3 years, and shows typically don't come back unless it's DVD sales. Like, it's usually shows that are canceled before their time. Like, 24 has had 8 seasons and a TV movie. Like, they've had more than enough. Like, Jack Bauer, I feel sorry for that character because he's been through a lot. Like, this dude just needs to just go home, sit down, go play some golf. Like, I don't know. Like, everyone he loves dies. He's got to torture his friends. Like, let's give this guy a break. Like, let him go work at McDonald's or something. Like, something low stress. Like, man, I don't know. I almost feel bad that they're bringing him back. Like, really? Like, this guy can't get a break? He did, okay, in the TV movie, so he flees America, he's a fugitive, and he goes to Africa with his friend who's starting a school for children, and it's the closest thing he gets to peace. And I swear it was just like the episode of X-Men where Wolverine goes to Alaska and then Sabretooth screws everything up. And then after he destroys the village, Wolverine's like, is there no peace for me even out here? Because literally he's just chilling with this dude, and then all of a sudden it's just oh, these guys are going to... It's there's a coup, and they're trying to recruit child soldiers, so Jack Bauer's got to go into Jack Bauer mode again.
Gotta murder some kids.
Yeah. Well, actually, he actually saves the kids. He does save some people. He murders all the other African people, though, and his friend gets blown up by a landmine. So
that's a good
not
analogy,
a good day for him.
White man killing all the black people.
Just like Resident Evil 5.
You thought they were zombies, hey? It's Chris Redfield. Need a set rep. But anyway, Heroes is garbage.
I digress.
So, yeah, but that's pretty much all we got for today. I think this has been this is the longest podcast we've had.
Super long. It's almost 3 hours. Yeah. I do have one more thing. Found out earlier today, Ghostbusters star and director Harold Ramis died today. He was 69 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that old. Makes me wonder how old Bill Murray actually is. Because I didn't even think the dude was in his 60s, but...
Oh, that's that guy.
Yeah, he played Egon in Ghostbusters,
yeah.
and I think he played Seth Rogen's dad in Knocked Up.
Yeah.
And sadly, that's the extent of my knowledge of him. But I know he was a good director.
He was also in... he was in Stripes.
Yeah, Stripes, that's right. Stripes and Caddyshack. I believe Caddyshack. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, sad day.
He didn't direct.
He was a director, yeah. He directed...
No.
Ghostbusters.
He didn't direct Ghostbusters, did he?
Yes, he did. He wrote the
Caddyshack
script.
Director.
No,
Groundhog Day as well.
Reitman direct Ghostbusters?
I believe he did. Yeah,
That's not him.
that's Harold Ramis, dude.
I know. I just said Ivan Reitman.
Oh, Ivan Reitman.
I thought he directed Dark Knight Rises.
I could have swore he. Well, I know he directed. He directed Groundhog Day.
Only once you.
No, I know he's a director, but he didn't direct Ghostbusters. He wrote it with Dan Aykroyd.
With Dan Aykroyd, yeah.
Ghostbusters 3.
So it makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder if Ghostbusters 3 is ever going to happen.
Maybe they greenlit it, and then that was like the last.
Because
Bill
Murray was the one holding up production on that.
As always, as one Ghostbusters movie with just Rick.
Well,
Moranis.
I mean, you know the thing. Well, I don't want to get too into it because we need to wrap this up. But
wrap it up.
Yeah, he was trying to get. Oh, dude, I know his name. The guy that played the fourth Ghostbuster.
Oh, Justin Bieber?
Yeah. The black
baby,
dude.
baby. Michael B. Jordan.
He was trying to get his role expanded, and I guess, because, if you remember in Ghostbusters 2, like, he was the fourth fucking
Ernie
Ghostbuster.
Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, there you go. I knew it. Ernie Hudson, yeah, he was in The Substitute. That's a good movie, man. Stop! Don't make me laugh. He was trying to get his role expanded because Ghostbusters 2, his role in that movie is fucking pathetic. He's the fourth Ghostbuster, and he's only brought in when the Ghostbusters are present as the Ghostbusters. Never like when Bill Murray's going on one of his tirades when he's just in like his civilian clothes. Only like, hey, call the black guy. We're gonna go do some Ghostbusters shit.
We're gonna go do some black stuff.
I think in total he's probably in like 30 minutes of the movie, if even that much. But like he's literally like not with any of the other guys, and then all of a sudden in the next scene when they're Ghostbusters, he shows up. He's there in the suit and everything.
Well,
he's got to work 2 jobs. He's like, hey guys,
watch
only
again
call me
and
when
focus.
you need me.
They don't give him any primary roles in that movie.
No,
he
they
just
don't.
shows up when they need all the Ghostbusters in full force.
Well, when they were in the old train station, it was just him and Egon, wasn't it?
It was always Egon and Dan Aykroyd together for most of that film because they were researching the ooze, and then they had him tag along.
When they dropped.
But there was
him
literally
in there.
Yeah, there's literally scenes when Dan Aykroyd was the one that got dropped in the. Oh, not in the station, but when they first go into the sewer, and they find the ooze.
Yeah, when the train was coming.
Yeah,
the ghost train.
Well, that's that. Well, yeah, there's that part, but they were still like as Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm right. I don't know. I just remember rewatching that movie a year back, and I was just like, God, man, they shat on his role so bad. Like, why didn't even bother even writing a fourth Ghostbuster if they were going to do this,
Well, they were going to originally do it with Eddie Murphy.
Well, yeah, I know that, but still.
They were going to marginalize him, too. It's like, well, you're going to steal the scene, so only come in when we need you. Or maybe it was like, we don't want to pay him that much.
No, I think because Eddie Murphy was doing Beverly Hills Cop.
At the same time, yeah.
Banana in the tailpipe.
He couldn't do it because,
Banana in the tailpipe. Hey, man.
I need to do a film with Judge.
I'm Judge.
My name is Judge. Yeah, and also just a quick shout out to Tony Salvaggio. It's his birthday today. So.
Happy birthday, Tony.
And that's all we got.
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on, let me think. Boop. Boop.
As always, look us up on Facebook. Hit us up on the Twitter at Pit War. You can find me at DJ Agamemnon, at Prometheus Pit War.
Yep.
_ Pit War.
PTWOR. You can find us on Punching the Walls of Reality. Once again, we would like to thank our guest, Uncle Staple. Go to staple-austin.org. Also, where's the after party?
On Facebook.
Yeah, the after. Check us out on the after party on Facebook. We'll be there.
Club Crucial.
Yeah. Starvin' Arden will be performing. Shout outs to Kelly Nova, weirdgirls.com, weird-girls.com. And thanks for listening. Also, Luis, our faithful listener.
Yes.
Appreciate you in the comments. I'll be waiting. So, yeah, we appreciate you. Shout outs to Jack Bauer for keeping America safe. I appreciate it. I know sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and sometimes the ends got to justify the means. Sometimes you just got to shoot a suspect in the heart to prove your point. All right? It's called vigilante justice. Anyway.
Shout out to Miley Cyrus for keeping it live.
Yeah. Shout out for Miley Cyrus for bringing twerking back. Yeah.
And Black Power to the Human Torch.
Yeah, and shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Don't let those haters get you down saying, "Oh, you can't play the Human Torch." Yeah, you can, and you're gonna. So too fucking bad. Just go on a little tangent before we go. Like, if I were in Hollywood, that's all I would do is just cast random characters as black. Just not even because they fit. Not even to like be like, whoa, we need more black characters, but just to piss people off. Like just at this point, because like the rage is like so unjustified. Where it's just like, I'm just gonna make Superman black, Batman's gonna be black. Like, I don't know, everyone. The Red Skull is gonna be the Black Skull. The Black Lantern, everything's gonna be black. It's not even gonna be like African American, just black, just to piss everybody. Rocket Raccoon's gonna be in a darker shade of. Everything.
He's gonna be the gray and black raccoon.
Guardians of the Black Galaxy, all of that. The Black Avengers, and then Nick Fury's gonna be white, just to make it fair.
David Hasselhoff returns as Sergeant Nick Fury
in blackface.
What you mean, you people?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be black for the rest of his career.
All right. Well, I guess we'll be signing off.
Yeah, with that, this is Prometheus.
This is Agamemnon.
This is Fuzzy Slippers.
And this has been Straight
Outta
Austin.
Black Austin.
Boop.
Don't put marbles in your nose, put them in there. Do not put them in there. Don't put marbles in your nose, put them in there. Do not put them in there. Don't put marbles in your nose, put them in there. Do not